Twitter at Boston versus the Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
What is up, Brigade? Coming to you live. Well, not on Sports Grid, but how are you, Sports Grid? Matt and Dave, day 2, Super Bowl, radio, row. I got to sit next to a guy wearing a Chief hat for 2 hours. He doesn't know what Red Friday is. No one told Dave Sharapan the memo that it's Red Friday, not Red Wednesday.
We didn't get the memo.
Red Friday.
Wear what we want to wear. We went over this already. Nobody tells me what to wear, including you. So I didn't know nothing about no Red Friday. It's Wednesday, and I wore the Chief stuff today.
Yeah, Chief fans got to educate Mr. Sharapan a little bit here as to you wear red on Fridays. That's what they do in Kansas City.
Do they really?
Oh, yeah. Every Friday.
Oh, now that I know that, you can guarantee what I'm wearing on Friday.
Game day Friday.
Hell no.
And it's good because I got my Philadelphia gear going on Friday too, so I'm good. What we're going to roll with. All right, so Danny Brasco is going to stop on by from Caesars. He's going to come in here in Omaha Productions and sit in and have a conversation with us a bit about what this game's going to look like and how we're going to roll with. Today is.
Can I ask him about fighting too?
Yes, please. MMA. Big UFC card coming up this weekend. Big pay-per-view over in Perth, Australia. Late night over there. It's an overnight card over there again to make it right for here. The commissioner is currently at the podium, not here, but I don't know where exactly that is, but it's in a media room, maybe in this building somewhere. If anything comes out of that conversation with Roger Goodell, we will bring it across and tell you if there's any news or notes that pop out of it. I don't think there's anything really pressing besides maybe refereeing and what they might do with the refereeing.
He ain't going to say nothing about no referees.
He might. I mean, he could say something about the future.
What are you talking about?
He might. I mean, it's not crazy. Today is way busier, by the way. So today is going to be one of those days.
Way busier.
I mean, I can't tell you how many people I've talked to already today.
A lot of people in here.
I didn't see yesterday or here today. So, yeah, it's way busier. And it was dead yesterday.
Dead.
It is not dead today.
Not dead today.
There is chaos upon chaos. So we've already seen and spoken to Kay Adams. I don't know. She's I don't know. I think she's 6'5".
He's 5'5".
Wearing
5'6".
Wearing slippers, blue slippers too.
What is that?
Blue slippers and a 6'5" woman. That's awesome. That's an awesome picture.
Right.
We may need to just get them and put them on just for the hell of it. So just to have a conversation to see what they're going to do with that. So the Las Vegas Aces are being investigated today for violating the salary cap.
Yep.
So the defending champs in the WNBA and our home city are not dealing too well. It looks like the Raiders owner may be getting fined here a little bit, but we'll see. We've seen Annie Agar today. We've seen Kay Adams today. Those are all interviews to be determined and coming down at some point in the very near future.
Yes.
If you are in the chat, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Welcome.
We appreciate you guys being here. I will save my rant part 2 for one Mr. Matches Mac.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Boy, did we learn a lot last night.
Sure did. We went to the media party last night. That was fun. That was at the farm, I believe that was
So
called.
it was called the farm at South Mountain?
At South Mountain.
Yes. It was not a farm.
No.
But it was nice.
There was heads of lettuce and stuff down in the ground. Did
There
you
was?
see that?
No.
Yeah.
It's a real farm?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
At one point, it must have been.
Heads of lettuce. What?
But yeah,
Really?
they were growing stuff. It said stay on the path.
I did not know that.
Must have had a couple too many of those things in those drinks. I don't know what that was.
I had a lot of drinks.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people.
That was good.
A lot of people that were lit up who were here bright and early. I was impressed. Boot and rally. By the way, see that guy in that white hat?
White hat guy.
Who was walking towards us right here?
Yes.
His daughter was in my class at UNLV.
Really?
I've not said hi to him yet, but his daughter was in my class.
All right. At any point, we can just say hi to someone.
Yes. You just yell
It
at
might just happen.
I haven't
So
said hi
just
to him
be
yet,
prepared.
but his daughter was in my class last semester, and she didn't tell me who her dad was until the second to last day of class.
Well, who's her dad?
What? Well, nobody knows who his dad is, but he's the head. He's basically the head engineer for all of this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
like, we don't want to see him because that means we're having big time technical difficulties if we see him.
Knock on wood.
So,
Knock on wood.
yes.
Everything's been going pretty good.
Yes.
Knock on wood.
Nothing's been going
It's
wrong.
going pretty
So,
good.
do we want?
We don't want.
Do we want Danny? He's looking over.
Yeah. Danny's time.
Come on
Time
in,
for
my
Danny.
friend.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
We'll get Danny
Get the interview
Brasco.
out of the way quick.
Gonna
and then
come
we're
in.
Get to why the hell he's wearing a Wu-Tang. thing or something.
Isn't it great?
Wu-Tang.
Is it phenomenal?
It's pretty
This
nice.
shirt's phenomenal.
Wu-Tang.
I love this shirt. I had to
We
bring
gotta
it. I had to bring the color coordination here.
I broke this.
Oh,
out,
that's
too.
beautiful. Get that going.
Yeah.
This is now a white hip hop show. So
White hip hop show.
This is
Man, we gotta
two-
welcome Danny.
we got two middle-aged
Rascal.
white guys going
Yeah.
in, with
What's
one
up,
wearing a
fellas?
Wu-Tang
What we
shirt
doing?
and one wearing a Kangol hat. So
I had a
like
Wu-Tang shirt on yesterday.
here we go.
Wu-Tang is for the kids.
Let's go. So
See,
I-
Wu-Tang is for the kids.
Danny
forever.
knows it, too.
What's up? What's up with this?
Danny
Am I in the
Brasco,
shot?
you are in the shot.
got
That's
your
your
own
camera right
camera
there.
right
What's up,
there.
Cam?
You have your own
What's
camera.
up, Dave?
Look at the camera.
How we doing, sir?
What's going
Look
on?
in that
Hey.
camera. Tell everybody your name and where they can find you on
Socials and where,
all
That's
your
right.
socials.
all your
What's
fun
up,
stuff.
y'all? Danny Brasco. Find me at Brasco Bets, Twitter, Instagram, all the fun stuff. Sports betting extraordinaire. I'm here with the Sharps, and
Nice.
let's get it done. Look at these fits right now. This fit is giving me all the vibes I need to head to the window with Chiefs. I'm just gonna spoil.
Oh no,
I'm gonna spoil it right
Oh,
away.
no.
Oh,
I'm gonna spoil it right away.
It's all right.
Yeah, right.
it's okay. I'm against you. But
That's all right.
It's fine. Where are you in terms of? We talked about this yesterday off the air. But do you find that gambling Twitter keeps you off Twitter, and you like Instagram more? Why the social platforms? Where are you more active and why?
I'm oddly more active on Instagram as a sports bettor, which is like very rare. I think
Yes.
gambling Twitter is way, but I think because of the way you described it, it's overwhelming.
It's
I get
toxic.
on there, it's toxic. There's such
is.
thing as too much information.
Yes.
And analysis paralysis, as they call it. And everybody and their mother has an angle on Twitter. I just stay in my own zone. I do my own research. I go post it on Instagram, and I watch my bet cash or lose. And
I've
that's-
often
that's my
said
game.
this, Danny. Nobody knows shit.
It's a
okay?
fact.
And
That's a fact.
that's a fact. And Twitter has a lot of that shit
Yeah.
on it. But I mean, you're in the space now. You're doing all kinds of stuff and shows and things like that. What do you make of this whole thing? Like this like I'm trying to explain to people. We got a lot of people watching, listening to the show all over. What media week at the Super Bowl is like?
Yeah.
How would you describe it?
And it's cool because this is my first one. So
Oh.
yeah, no, I'm buzzing.
That's why.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah,
this
right.
is so
This
cool,
is
dude.
awesome.
And it's only Wednesday. Like even the energy just from yesterday to today totally picked up. Like
Right.
there's like a level of like buzz in the room that everyone you turn around and it's the leading NFL rushing leader in touchdowns,
Yes.
Jamal Williams. And then I walked out of my hotel and Greg Olsen bumped into me. He said, "Oh, excuse me, sorry,
Right.
Greg Olsen." I was like,
Right.
everywhere you turn, it's someone that I respect, or I love their game, or I love them as a broadcaster,
Wow.
or someone that I can get great information from to help me make an educated bet. So I'm having a great time, and Phoenix has been really cool.
What do you make of the storyline around Patrick Mahomes and the ankle? Is it misdirection? Is it just a bunch of nonsense? Is he fine, or are they covering something up and he actually might be a little or maybe very limited in the game?
So I slammed the Chiefs 2 weeks ago against the Bengals. And my opinion, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I talked to as many doctors as I could.
He plays a doctor on the show all the time.
I literally,
Yes,
I
yes.
consulted doctors.
Oh.
I wanted to know. And I heard from like 4 doctors that they're going to bang some cortisol in that
Yes.
ankle. He's going to maybe do a popper or something and jump up out on the field. And that's exactly what he did. He ran for first downs limping.
Right.
So you give him 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think it just plays into the narrative of like Mahomes got that dog in him. And it adds into that storyline of like, it's like a Jordan game, right? It's the flu game or the pizza food poisoning game now.
Right,
You know?
right. So you're not worried about the injuries to the receivers at all?
That is more of a concern than the ankle, I
Yes.
think.
Okay.
It's thin. It's a little bit thin. And, you can have the greatest passer in the league, and, you got to have a guy to be able to throw to. Juju and Kadarius being healthy is massive.
Yeah.
Mecole is a bummer. That's a good weapon. That's a
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill-esque weapon.
Yep.
But I think they'll be okay. And, if you can get Kelsey open, I don't think everyone tries to double team him. He's going to have 7-8 catches. It doesn't matter. So-
Over. Prop over.
Yeah, and they
You like-
juiced that up. They juiced the
there
over on
it
the
is,
receptions.
juiced.
But
Yeah.
hey, the books know that there's a lot of props that are just going to make money.
Right.
Like, there's
Yes.
it's one game. People are going to bet on popular players, and great players are going to make
Yes.
great plays. So there's going to be a lot of unders I'm looking at because of all the prop market money that's going to get so inflated.
Yeah.
But Travis Kelce receptions, that feels like one that's just a winner.
Well, Kelsey, in the last game, just had his streak of 7 consecutive postseason games, 95 yards or more, going over. He didn't get it in the last game. He went over his prop still by a half a yard. I believe it's 79.5 again. Kelsey over his yardage?
I'm way more interested in receptions.
Okay.
Zone defense,
Okay.
Eagles play the boundaries. They play the sidelines. They funnel to the middle.
Right.
That's Travis Kelce all day. I don't care how many double teams there are. I'm also interested in Noah Gray, the other tight end. who, if they double,
Farrah even got excited.
We got
over that
Farrah
one.
and I got into a fight on the way on the drive down here over
Did you really?
this. Yes, because I disagree.
What is wrong with
well,
you?
over
disagree.
1.5 receptions is plus 110.
Oh, I like that.
That's
okay,
plus
2
one.
catches. He thinks he's gonna have a touchdown.
I mean, I'm not mad at like a
Oh.
tiny sprinkle on that, but if you double Kelsey, they often go in 2 tight end sets. So
They do.
Gray's been solid. He can get two catches.
All right, stop the bullshit with all this.
I told
Chiefs
you, dog.
talk,
I've been,
seriously.
I've
No,
been
no,
Too
no,
much.
no, no.
It's too
no
much.
Gray this whole week.
Like,
Everyone's talking to me like I'm crazy.
Vindication.
let's look at the Philly side of things.
Yes.
All right. Are they going to be able to run the football? And if they are, who is going to be the guy to run the football for the Birds?
Oh, we had this fight last night.
I got a good one for you here.
I like it.
I got a good one for you here. I bet this morning, actually, just this morning.
Did you really?
So they're going to be able to run the football. I think the Chiefs. I think the narrative of the Chiefs are how can't stop the run. You look at some of the rush offenses they've faced, a little weaker. Similarly, the quarterbacks that the Eagles defense faced have been a little weaker. So there's a similar question.
Oh shit! He just called Danny Dimes weak. He just called Brock Purdy.
Hey, I'm a Giants
This
fan.
is just saying.
But I mean,
Come on, that's accurate. It's not. It's not wrong.
we're looking at both of
He's not wrong.
of the places to exploit for each team. The Eagles are going to look to run on what's perceived to be a weaker Chiefs defense. The Chiefs are going to, and hopefully the Chiefs are able to pass against a really strong secondary.
defense.
So but we're going back to the run game, getting ahead of myself. I think the Chiefs are going to be a little better at stopping the run that people expect.
Okay.
And I think the Eagles are going to mix in the committee of running backs.
Yes.
So I'm less interested in staring down the barrel of a Jalen Hurts or Miles Sanders prop like everyone in America is going to do.
No.
And I'm more interested in looking at the veteran with a low total, Boston Scott, over 7.5 rushing yards.
Oh, wow.
At minus 135, minus 120 on some books. I saw minus 140 this morning, minus 120. 7.5 rushing yards. He had 6 carries for 20 plus in both playoff games so far.
Right.
And there were
Okay.
blowouts, so you can kind of give it to the third back, whatever. But Gainwell's in the mix. It's a lot of running backs. But he's a veteran. He's been with the club. So you throw Boston Scott and Kenneth Gainwell on the plays where you think, Hurts might actually pass.
Well,
Sanders has another backfield, and then they give it to
and then
Scott.
they give it to him.
That could
Right.
be 1 carry. So give me that all day.
Okay.
That's the Gainwell argument is one that's being had a lot as
Yes.
to what
People
do you,
like Gainwell.
like what do you
Yes.
think he's going to go off for, because his yardage is low, his rushes are low, his receptions are low. Do we see a high-scoring game or a low-scoring game? Because right now it's 50.5. We've seen a lot of people bet the under.
I saw 51 this morning.
Okay,
Is
wow.
it?
51. Okay, wow. So it was 51, then it came down to 50.5. Do you see a low-scoring game or a high-scoring game? Because right away, everyone said hammer the over right when the game popped. And now people have kind of analyzed it and gone, actually, it looks like it's going to be a low-scoring game.
Yeah, so this is the bold claim that I will make in terms of sports betting. Like you said, no one knows shit. I'm
That's
just
it.
another
Yeah,
guy.
You can say it.
I'll say that.
Say it
let
to
me,
the people.
Let me preface that, right? Nobody knows shit. I'm just another guy trying to get
Right.
an edge, a
Yeah,
slight
of
edge.
course.
And if
That's
I can
all
do
we're
that
trying to
enough,
do.
exactly,
Everybody. That's
then
it.
then I can make a couple
Right.
bucks. I will say, though, no one can hold a candle to me in betting unders. I'm the king of the under.
Oh, wow.
Really?
I am the king
now
of the
we're
under.
talking,
Okay.
Danny.
King of the under. Whoa.
How about
Super
that?
Bowl
I like
under
that.
is too easy of a bet to make. And I don't think it's
Really?
going to – it's not a lock. I'm not going to say that. But it's an obvious bet to play, I think.
Wow.
Why?
Public loves overs. People
They do?
want to see scoring.
Yeah, but-
Average Joe and Sally are going to go hope for a high-scoring game today, and they're
I
going to
just-
take their ticket on the over.
I know, but this game I feel like the Eagles are going to be able to score. Both team totals look like overs to me. Just looking at it globally, but again, it's a good way to look at it. All except for the last game. Like the Super Bowl is different. Just be cautious with it.
The playoffs are, I think, the most important games to handicap refereeing. And Carl Cheffers is refereeing this game. My boy, Carl Cheffers.
Really?
11-1
Your boy?
to the under this season.
Really?
Carl, my brother.
But you know why? You know why, though? Because of the flags they throw.
Holding calls. He loves to bring them back.
They throw more flags than any other crew. I actually am going contrarian on this.
So you think that causes an over?
I think they don't throw flags at all. I think everyone's going to
Because
talk
of the
about this all
scrutiny.
week. Everyone's been mentioning it. This crew threw more flags than anyone else in the NFL for the
That's
last
right.
2 years.
That's right.
This crew has thrown more flags. I think if the NFL is ever going to come in and put their finger on the scale, this might be the time where they go, guys,
Put their finger on the scale.
guys,
See what he did there.
we're not looking for a flag fest, okay? When you see a blatant hold, throw it. But if it's borderline,
Like the Mahomes holding on the play where he ran and got pushed out of bounds.
There
for
were
the 15.
three. There were 3 holds in that
Like
play.
that one?
Yeah, there were 3 holds in that play.
Right.
Now that's ridiculous.
He don't even have the glasses, and he saw that too.
That's brutal. I mean,
bullshit.
look. I've had major issues with the referees. The kickoff return for the Bills against the Patriots. There was block in the back there.
Still mad about that.
Okay. It was so blatant. It was so blatantly obvious. It was
Danny,
so
he's
blatantly
still
obvious.
mad
It
about
was.
this
It kind of
shit.
didn't affect the play, but
It
you're
was
right.
so blatantly obvious. How about
didn't affect the play.
How about Mark Andrews getting pushed down from
Yeah,
behind?
that was bad.
Block
I'm
in the back.
a Giants fan. The no call pass interference in the end zone against the Commanders.
Okay.
Cash the under, by the way.
These are all calls that were not made by NFL playoff referees.
Yeah.
That everyone's going to handicap going, okay, does this crew make that call? I don't think so. So I agree that the refereeing is a big handicap. I just think when there's this much talk about it, the NFL does not like this much talk about referees.
You know who's talking about it, though? Us. Because we know a couple things. Like the general
Yeah.
public's just watching the game, eating Doritos, watching, commercials, State Farm.
What kind of Doritos?
Oh, they take my money.
What's your go-to Dorito?
Back in the day, I loved that 3D Dorito. That was pretty cool.
You did?
I like that 3D Dorito. But that's just like kind of the gimmick. I like Cool Ranch in terms of flavor.
Cool
Yeah.
Ranch is the favorite.
You got to play
There's
Cool
no
Ranch.
question.
That's the
No
favorite?
Lock
Really?
it. Lock
Cool
it up.
Ranch is the favorite.
What are you going, sweet chili?
It's original. Just straight up.
Ridge.
Well, Ridge, that's
OG.
That's the second choice.
What an opinion.
The obvious
What a bold
one.
opinion.
Right.
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
the
that-
OG.
that's the second choice.
I'm a classic. You know?
What about the fights this weekend?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
we
UFC
talked
284.
About, yeah, we talked about it a little bit off the air.
See, this morning it's like people going, the head of the UFC doesn't know my name. It's disrespectful. I can't believe it.
It's weird.
Blasting him,
that's what
saying,
Dave
I
was
think
saying.
you don't know my name. How do you not know my name?
We were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Something's
Habib,
up.
Talking about Habib. That how long did Dana White not say Habib's name and misspeak and mispronounce his last name? There's something going on there.
There's a rift between the Dagestanis and Dana White right
UFC,
now.
yeah.
And I don't quite know what it is. It could be contractual, or it could be in terms of a business arrangement, maybe that Khabib and him have that didn't go well. That's
Right.
just speculation, though. I'm just guessing.
Right.
There's
But
something there though.
Something's up because very recently Islam Makhachev came out saying this fight has been wildly underpromoted.
He's
and
right.
Dana made a statement, said, "What is he talking about? What is he talking about?" Very, very, fervently getting at that and saying he has no idea. This is going to be one of the biggest blah blah. And he combated it, but I kind of side with Islam. It's been weirdly underpromoted. This is for the number 1 pound for pound ranking, and I've heard more about UFC Fight Night cards than this one.
I would agree. Well, look, you're talking. Let's just play conspiracy theorist for a second, because if you look at
This is what he does.
I
all
like
the
that.
time,
Tinfoil
man.
hats on.
Yeah, well, no.
Yeah,
If you just think about the way the UFC right now is marketing and what they're trying to push, Volkanovski is an international superstar, but he's not a U.S. superstar. Like, people know who he is. The Dagestani name carries weight, but the more these guys are fighting in the UFC, the more power we're seeing with an international market, in a Middle Eastern market where they're coming from. I'm very curious to see, one, what the numbers on pay-per-view will be with the fight being over in Perth. It's, for us in Vegas, it's an afternoon card.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that.
Same.
I'm all over afternoon cards. I'm all over pay-per-view that are afternoons.
Anytime you're
But-
ready, come over.
But I can't play it out in terms of like how it looks and where it goes from a UFC perspective, because you have a guy coming up in weight to take on arguably the future of the division at 155. If the fight goes to the ground, can Volk survive? Because Ortega had him, and he got out of the clinch.
Okay, just for reference sake, you guys are talking about this Volkanovski and
Islam Makhachev.
Wait, I wanted you to let him try to pronounce
Oh,
that.
no.
Damn it.
I was setting it up. The guy claims that he can pronounce every guy's name in the UFC. I butcher the names.
Yep.
Danny, tell everybody what the main event is, please.
It's Alexander Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev.
I can say that.
Makhachev.
Even
Like
I
that,
can say
a
even
that.
little bit of
even the
chip in there.
Dagestani
I like-
inflection. Come
Yes.
on now.
Well, say-
I'm a
it's
linguist.
minus $4.
Exactly.
You guys think the dog has a shot in this fight?
Yeah.
Yes.
The line is too wide. And
Way
maybe
wide.
maybe he really doesn't. And maybe I'll look like a jerk after saying this, and he'll just get dominated. But what are you talking about, Danny? But you're going to make the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter a plus 310 dog
Yeah.
at home in Australia?
Yep.
I have to take it. Here's the massive concern is the size disadvantage.
Yes,
Like
coming
there's-
up in weight.
There's no question about Volkanovski. His boxing is on another level right now. In the third fight, in the trilogy fight against Max Holloway, he pulverized him.
Yep.
It was effortless. It was unbelievable. Max Holloway is one of the greatest strikers in UFC history.
Right.
So Volkanovski's striking is on another level. I think in the boxing department, he could piece up Makhachev. I think that Makhachev's boxing is also slept on, and he wants to show that off. He's saying, I'm not just a wrestler. I want to show that off. If you want to be considered number 1 pound for pound and overtake Volk, it kind of feels like you can't just wrestle him. He's going to have to do something else. If he gets out of that game plan a little, maybe opens the door for Volk. Highest fight IQ in the UFC, more toughness. He's got the heart of a lion.
Yeah, he really
plus
is.
310
Sounds
dogs.
like an over to me.
Yeah,
It's got to be an over. No, I mean, it's got to lay 265 or 270.
Get
but
to the over.
to over 2.5.
Yeah, I like that.
That's got to be,
I like that.
right?
I mean, the fight could go the distance is plus 142, so that's not a bad play either to go all 5 rounds.
But you bring up the Ortega fight. It's like, well, Ortega had his head purple, and he barely survived one of the strongest guillotine squeezes you'll ever see.
He did.
If Islam gets that, he's putting him to sleep, I think. Because Islam's stronger,
All right.
and he's bigger, and he's taller, and he's longer, and it's just scary to grapple with guy. He's a borderline welterweight. Volkanovski is a comfortable featherweight.
Oh, yeah,
So there's a
145.
that's the main thing. So
Yep.
big size advantage.
Well, you're talking about Volk's takedown defense is 73%. It's one of the best in the UFC, but Makhachev's is 88%. So it's going to be a battle. If the fight goes to the ground, that's bad news for Volk.
Imagine Volk shoots and goes for offensive takedowns first.
Well, I think it might
I'll
be
scream.
Otherwise, that might be trying to wear out Islam, trying to get him in the later rounds.
Yeah,
and make him
deep
tired.
water.
Yeah.
But
So that's what Islam said. I'm taking Volk to deep water.
He's
I'm
got
like-
the cardio.
Like I was there. I was octagon side watching the fight against Ortega. Volk's going to go deep water fine.
Volk's a
Like,
scuba diver.
go ahead. Yeah, he's going
Come
down.
on.
He can handle anything
But
you want
I
to
think
do.
Islam got the cardio for days. I have
does.
no doubt about any skill sets that he possesses or cardio or heart. I think it's going to be an awesome fight, and the line is simply too wide. So if I lose that bet, I won't be mad at all. I'll put a half a unit on it, and I'll call it
Okay.
a day, and I'll be totally fine whatever plays out.
Do you have any thoughts on the Yair Rodriguez against Josh Emmett fight?
I have lots of thoughts.
Okay, because where are you on Josh Emmett? Because I'm still really wishy-washy on whether Josh Emmett actually is an unbelievable fighter or just something that people have wanted to see for a while. Because Rodriguez has the potential to be a superstar internationally if he can win this fight and watch his career take off.
Yeah.
Where are you? Because Emmett's maybe one of the toughest or the toughest guy to knock out in the UFC. He's nuts.
Dude's a dog.
Yeah.
He's tough as nails. But I like Yair a lot in this fight. And I think the line is telling. Minus 165.
Minus 165, 170, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Right. And plus 140 on Josh Emmett. It's like, wow, I think that's going to be attractive. I think that's going to get a lot of wagers
The
because
total in this fight is 4.5.
Yeah,
Over minus 150.
they're so tough. Both
Yeah,
of them are so,
both
and they
of
have great cardio, great toughness.
There's any chance for a knockout?
Average,
Yeah, there- of
average
course there
fight
is.
time, Rodriguez is 13:30 and 13:10 for Emmett. So
There you
talking
go.
It's got to
about
be one of the best fights of the weekend. Forget all these.
It's
damn
fantastic
props.
fight.
What
It's
the hell?
And
It's a
they've
belt
made
fight.
it. Yes, they've made it for the interim featherweight belt,
Correct,
while
yes.
Volkanovski goes up
Up.
to lightweight to
Right.
challenge Islam.
Yeah.
So
Do you
it's,
like that?
Not really. It's
hate
kind
that.
of like a Disney belt, or what do you call it?
The BFM
Yeah,
belt.
BMF
Yeah.
belt. It's,
Yeah.
it's like a fake belt.
BMF
Yes.
belt. What is that?
Bad motherfucker.
Bad motherfucker belt. I need one
Oh, we
of
can curse
those.
on the show,
That's
I
what
guess,
I'm
yeah.
talking
Oh, yeah, we can
about.
swear.
We can say
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Button up this whole freaking time.
Say whatever you
Yeah,
want.
yeah, yeah.
Drop it whatever you want.
Dope. Yeah, I just think Yair. I think that shows that they want to make a title fight for Yair. They want to create,
Correct.
propel him up the featherweight division and put him in a title fight. Whatever happens in this Volkanovski versus Islam fight, because he's the most exciting guy. He put on a clinic in a loss to Max Holloway. That 48-47 loss. That's one of the few times you can gain stock in a loss.
Correct.
He looked unbelievable.
Yep.
I think if he brings it, he's maybe got the best kicking game in the UFC. If he brings that, if he stays at kicking range, Emmett's gonna have a tough time finding that one overhand right. And I
so-
don't think it's coming.
Danny's making a really good case to be a regular on the show to
I-
talk.
I would love that.
I would agree.
I'm already
So
excited
you
about
could-
the fight.
I get jacked up about this
Well,
shit,
because-
man.
well,
I
but-
get jacked
I
up.
love
But here's my problem, though. Okay, if you look at the
I'm
opponents,
gonna be fist fighting people in the parking lot
I
later.
mean, Calvin Cater is look.
I'll be your hype guy.
set the line.
I love Calvin Cater. Okay,
Yeah, he won that fight, by the way.
I would agree.
That was a robbery.
But Emmett gets the call. I was on Calvin Cater, so I lost that bet.
I won't say robbery, but it was close fight.
It was
It
bad.
was,
But Cater
yeah,
won.
but he won.
So he beats
Cater won.
Burgos, he beats Ige, and he beats Cater. And now he gets an interim title shot.
right.
I think this is too quick, too fast. I don't think he's fought the level that even Yair has fought in terms of competition. You mentioned the Holloway loss, but Jeremy Stevens and Ortega, the win over Ortega made me go, all right, this dude now is ready to go.
Yeah.
He beat Brian Ortega.
Yeah.
I don't think this fight's very close. I think Emmett's going to get tuned up.
Wow.
I like it. I like Rodriguez by knockout in this fight.
Wow. I'm not mad at that at all. I think he'll get pieced up for a lot of rounds. He's tough as nails, so I think he could last the whole way potentially.
Yep.
But he might have to wear it and do it like Cater did with Holloway, right?
He might get a stoppage not based on knockout, just based on cut.
And that's my only question is if it starts not going his way in the stand-up, which I expect it to go, will he put his wrestling boots on and take it to the mat, and can Yair get up? I think if Emmett's smart, he'll wrestle. But I don't know if it's that easy to just take Yair down.
I mean, look. I mean, Emmett's. I mean, his submission is 0.1 per 15 minutes. Emmett's not known.
He's
for
not
taking people
subbing.
down.
If he takes you down, he's just going to keep you and try to ground and pound. And that, like you said, that's not his main
It's
skill
not his
set.
gig.
So,
and Rodriguez could do a backflip, cartwheel kick.
oh my God, the Korean zombie
Yeah,
up elbow
Up
at the
elbow.
buzzer
Yeah,
with 1 second on the clock.
You ever see that? That's one of the craziest knockouts ever.
With 1 second remaining in the fight, he throws an up elbow at a guy
And knocked him out.
sleeps him with 1 on the clock.
Yeah.
That's better than hitting a full court
yeah,
NBA
sure,
buzzer
that's-
beater.
It was
I
an
never
unbelievable,
seen
it was
that.
an
Insanity.
Never seen that.
Insanity.
unbelievable knockout.
Wow.
And that's what he's known for. Coming up, Rodriguez, before he lost, he was seen as like this guy was going to be a highlight reel fighter every time he got out there. He slowed down, and now he's back on his horse. And I don't think this fight's going to be very close. I think you get Rodriguez. The rest of the card is
There's some fights I like a lot, but I love prelims. I make a lot of my money on the prelims.
Smart.
Because everyone's betting on the
Good
pay-per-view.
move.
Give
Smart.
me the guy that no one's ever heard of to cash me out.
Right.
Can you say every name on this card?
Absolutely.
So can you say who Josh
Kulibao, yeah.
Who's he fighting?
Melsik Bagdasaryan.
Wow, he nailed that name.
That was
That's
easy.
amazing.
Uh,
That's an easy one?
Elvis
Brenner,
Brenner's
yeah.
fighting who?
Brenner's fighting Zubaira
Right
Tukagov.
Zubaira Tukov.
I didn't even have to look. I know who they're
That's
fighting.
a good job.
That's pretty good.
That's really
And then,
good.
what?
Is there not a female fight on this
So
card?
there was
there
one
is.
and it got scratched.
Oh, it got
There's
scratched.
not
Canceled.
there's not a single female fight on this whole card.
Right. What was it? It was
Wow.
Is it? I don't even know how to say that. Ming Yang.
Oh no! Excuse me. There's no female fights on this,
No?
and there were none. I'm thinking of the last one. There was only one, and it got scratched because one of the opponents got sick before the
Elise?
fight.
That's weird.
Yes, there's one. Elise Reed versus Loma Lukbunmi. I like Lukbunmi a lot in that fight,
Luke
actually.
Boone.
Yeah, Muay Thai fighter, good fighter. I like her.
So that's a prelim.
Yeah, I like Lukbunmi. She's a
Loma
good,
Luke Boone me.
I do a lot of 2-leg parlays in the UFC because there's a lot of
Yeah,
juice.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
how I beat the juice.
Yeah.
I love Lukbunmi in a 2-legger.
Oh, there's a women's strawweight. Okay, so
Luke
so
Boone me.
the whole main card.
Got the card.
I love Tyson Pedro too.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, that's a good 2-legger.
Light
Lukbunmi
heavyweight?
Pedro, that might be my play.
There it is.
Two good lines.
What's the line on that?
It's like minus 260. I
Minus
believe.
240.
40.
240. Yeah.
That's a good line.
Pedro. Yeah.
Wow. I don't-
They-
And
the
who-
UFC is
who's-
very
who's
carefully
Tyson fighting?
managed.
How do you say that name?
Modestus Bukauskas.
Listening to Dave do this is awesome.
It's really, we should do another segment on that.
It's
That's
phenomenal.
great.
language class with
Yeah.
Danny,
I,
yeah.
This is
I mean, I
phenomenal.
can book the games, book the fights. I can't even pronounce their fucking names. So.
I like Pedro
That's
on
right.
that one a lot. The UFC's very carefully managed his return
Right.
since he got injured,
Right.
and they just kind of give him a couple trash cans to knock out. This isn't a trash can, but this is like, get one more win, and then we'll put you in the mix with some really good fighters. So I feel like it's just another setup fight for him. He might look really good again, and he's at home in Australia. You got to back the hometown fighters.
I like
Last
that.
one from me.
Yep.
Saturday night, the fights. Sunday, the Super Bowl. Where are you watching this stuff?
I'm going to be back in New York. I'm from New York City, so
There you go.
I'm flying back
okay.
Saturday. I know I'm bummed I won't be at the game, but, I
Yeah.
kind of want to be in the comfort of my own, I'll be at my friend's party,
Totally get it.
be with
That's
my
the-
people, drinking my drinks, eating my food.
That's the secret.
Cool Ranch
You know,
Doritos.
That's
Exact-
the secret.
Cool
That's
Ranch.
the secret.
Yeah.
Last one for me. Where are you on the slap league? Is this something that's going to continue, or is this something
tell
that
the truth.
needs to go away?
I don't lie. I tell them I'm honest, Abe. It's one of the dumbest things I've
Thank
ever seen.
you.
It's
It
not.
really is.
It's not a sport.
No.
And
It's ridiculous.
I'm not a professional fighter, so but I enjoy listening to these guys talk about it because I so respect their craft, and it's unbelievable. The fight game is it's beautiful to me. When you really learn about it, the philosophy,
Yeah.
beyond the athleticism, like it's
That's
just a gorgeous
unbelievable.
game.
Yep.
And I really have grown to respect these fighters, meeting them, watching them tremendously. The slap league is a spit in the face to that.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's how I feel ultimately.
There's no defense. It's a walking concussion, and it's one of those things. If you're a UFC fighter and you watch the UFC get in bed with that, it's like, man, is that all you think about us? Is that all we are? Is just like straight violence?
You know what? Yeah, this is a show we can curse on. You know what? The slap league makes my analogy work out. Is that I think fighters are treated like prostitutes a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that slap league is whoring them out.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's turning tricks.
Yep.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
That's what it is. man.
And it
Yep.
unfortunately, for a lot of people who are going to turn in and watch it, people have made the comparison like, well, in the beginning, mixed martial arts was considered barbaric. Yeah, there's defense and strategy, and then they changed mixed martial arts to make it less violent, make more safer. You can't make that safer.
There's
Like,
nothing safe.
My
about
girlfriend's watching me like scream at my TV on the let's go. She's like, why do men like this? I'm like, sweetheart, we came from fighting tigers in coliseums. Like we're
Yes,
doing,
we did.
we're doing really good.
Or each other.
Right?
Yeah,
Fighting
right.
each other.
We're men. We're men. That's what we do.
We can't, we were barbarians, like
Yes.
cheering when a
Yes.
lion ate a dude.
Yeah,
Right.
And
yeah,
now
yeah,
we're,
yeah.
fighting
Yes.
for sport and respect and
Yes.
honor. And I think we've come a long way. So, we're brutes
Slightly-
at heart.
Slap League
People bet
puts
the
us,
lion
puts
too,
us
by
back.
the way.
I know,
Bet-
right?
They
I
all
would bet.
bet
I would bet
The lion was
too.
such a lot.
minus 500. on
I
that
laid the
lion.
juice. I laid the juice.
Yeah, minus 500. Danny, tell everybody where they can find you. Good stuff, man.
Find me at Brasco Bets, Twitter, Instagram, and I'll be around the Super Bowl Media Convention Center all week. I'm going to be in the Caesars betting truck.
Nice.
I'll be with them, giving out sharp angles and just trying to
Nice.
help people make some money while I'm around here. So
Very cool.
Thank you guys so much for having
Thank
me.
you,
It's been
man.
a pleasure.
Appreciate it. Take care, man.
You guys
Appreciate
are the
it.
best. Yeah.
Awesome.
Go
Thank
Eagles.
you.
No. Thank you.
Danny
guys.
Brasco joining us here on the Bostonian versus the
That
Book
was
here
great.
live on Radio Row. Good stuff with him. A lot of good UFC information, MMA.
Got
as
another
well.
UFC guy, boys.
Well, we gotta
Got
bring him
another
back.
UFC guy. He'll be back.
We'll bring him
He'll
back
be
on for
back.
sure. That was a lot
Yes,
of fun
sir.
to get with that. And that card this weekend really is a good card. I mean, I'm really
You guys
excited.
hype me up. I gotta be honest.
Oh, this card's good. The
That's
two
one
top
of-
fights are really good.
it's one of the things.
I'm excited.
Like, so many things have happened, like, since we started actually pushing the odds and doing the spots, but it was one of those things that I got to learn
Yeah.
from you.
Yeah.
And you, like, we talked about it off the air about, narratives happening and things happening, and you telling me stuff that there ain't a guy in a risk room talking about a narrative fight or any of
Yeah.
that stuff.
Right.
So I used to, like, slide lines a little bit different ways, and, it worked out more often than it didn't. I'm thinking that fight over, that 4.5 over, that Emmett Rodriguez fight.
I don't know. I think there's a chance for a stoppage.
Oh, I don't know.
I do.
It's just goodness.
I think there's a chance for a stoppage. I think the reason why I think there's a chance for a stoppage, like I mentioned, is because I think you could have a guy. Emmett gets cut, so I think you'll see.
Oh, he's a bleeder?
No, but Rodriguez can cut him up. I mean, in the Cater fight, he got cut. He's he's got a head like a brick. Like he takes punishment. That's why it's hard to knock the guy out. But I think there's a flyer bet you can make on this happening where it's either stoppage by referee or knockout. I like Rodriguez. You can just lay the minus 170 if you want. I think that this is his time. This is finally, they made the belt for Rodriguez to win, in my opinion.
We're going to have to go through Friday with some of the bets for the people
Sure.
on the show. Because
it's funny.
The chat wants to know.
Yeah, we were talking about this last night at the party, but like in the gambling space, the Super Bowl is
The live chat's all thanking you, Danny. They're all going like this. It's all flowing. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What do you got?
No.
Oh,
96
no.
World Series.
No.
I had to sport the fly hat for Dave.
No.
Brutality.
We know. We
no, he didn't.
No. We
He
go
went
Boston.
Yankees on him.
We go Boston.
went Yankees
No.
I'll be back.
No.
I'll be back.
Remember the Boston. We got Boston tattooed on my body.
We're going to know. He's definitely coming
Yeah,
back.
the
Yankees.
Bostonians not going to allow the Yankee to drop a Yankee 96. By the way, how's that 1 to 4 over the last 20
here
years?
we go.
How does that feel? Four rings to 1 since 22 years.
How good
Can't
was
feel
that?
that can't feel great, Yankee fan. That can't feel great. You got to pull the 96 hat. How old is Danny? Do you think 35?
I don't know.
96. What was he
The
in
hat's
96?
older than him.
You're right? How old was he in 96? How old was Danny Brasco in 1996? How
Just a
old was
little
Danny
kid,
Brasco?
probably.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
running around. Found that. His grandfather probably bought him that hat. One of those street vendors you're walking by.
Man's
and go,
not here to defend himself. Stop talking about him like that. Goodness gracious.
Hey, by the way, Roger Goodell. I don't think the league's
Okay.
ever been better for officiating. How about that? I don't think the league's ever been better.
Can I give you a quick preview?
Want to give us a thing? Who are we talking to?
He's with Saks Underwear.
Saks Underwear. Oh, who are we talking to?
He's a corner out of South Carolina.
Oh, all right. We're going to Gamecocks. With Matt booked this. But my gosh.
All right, here we go.
Farrah went ahead and booked this. All right.
All right.
Cam Smith. Okay. What's going on? Sit down, my friend.
How you doing?
Drop your nuts. Look at this. This is you
Oh,
had to
wait.
come to our show for
That's
this.
fantastic. Can you stand up and just look at that camera, Cam?
Look at that shirt.
Look at that shirt right there. All right, that's perfect.
I love
All
it.
right.
Drop
Welcome
your
to the
nuts.
show.
What's going on?
I'm Dave. Yeah.
I'm
Put
Matt.
Those headphones on.
So you can hear us. What's going
This
on?
is Matt. The show's called Bostonian versus the Book. Pleasure to have you, sir.
Very cool. All right, so Cam Smith teaming up with Saks to keep him cool and, well, that part of the body cool because, well, drop temp, which keeps your balls cool. Like, okay, we are real 2023 right now. This is straight up 2023. We're talking about balls being cool. Footballs, balls.
Wait, Let me read the top part for me. Cam, you don't mind. We can say anything. It's
By the
our
way,
show,
yes,
so,
you
like,
say
we
whatever you want.
swear,
You can swear.
It's
We're all
as
good.
chill as could be.
Me saying
all right?
drop your nuts is all
Yeah.
good. We're all fine. We're all good.
NFL draft preparation is a stressful time for prospects.
It is.
And you know what that means.
Your balls get hot?
Sweaty balls.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, huh?
So
Stress.
Cam Smith teamed up with Saks to keep him cool and comfortable because they have a type of underwear called Drop Temp, which keeps your balls cool. This is awesome.
It is awesome.
Cam, what do you think of this Super Bowl media week?
You having fun?
Hey, yeah, I'm definitely having fun.
Oh, you're walking around talking about sweaty balls.
Yeah.
This is
All
great.
part.
This is awesome.
Gotta keep them right.
So tell the people where are you from? What are you doing here other than this? And why are you talking about this stuff?
I'm from South Carolina. I'm
Okay.
from Columbia, South Carolina. I'm out here talking about this drop temp technology that Saks has dropped. Just to have just to bring more exposure to the brand and just make sure that everybody knows that you ain't gotta walk around with sweaty balls.
Now you play football?
Yes, sir.
South Carolina.
At South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
How good was that Clemson game?
Hey,
How about the Tennessee?
that was,
game?
hey, that was the one right there. Hey, that was the one. Just being from South Carolina and finally beating them, and on their home field, it was that.
Man, that was
That
good,
that was a hell of a game, man. I'm a Gamecock alum.
Yes,
so-
sir.
Gamecock alum, too.
Yeah. Go Gamecocks.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that I know in the sports books that were rooting for you guys to win and had you plus the points and all that
Yeah.
on the stuff on the money line. What game did you want to ask him about?
Tennessee. I mean, take us through. I mean, look,
my
I covered
goodness.
the SEC for 5 years, right?
Oh.
I remember pulling up. First time I went to South Carolina, I pulled up in the RV parking lot, and the guy next to me had cocky, had the actual rooster, the damn loud rooster that you would see.
The actual rooster?
The actual rooster, cocky. The thing was right there, had a cage, it was crowing, it was crazy. Not the actual mascot, the actual rooster. What was that game like for you guys? Because that's a monster win over a top 5 program at the time.
Just coming into the game, we was on that. Like, we was like, I mean, Georgia just beat them. We was like, yeah, we can do this. We can do the same thing they did. Like, all they did was man them up, like make them throw the deep ball, make them to make the throws that they had to make. So just coming in, we just came in man to man, straight. You got your man, you got your man. We filling up every gap. Do that.
You had 6 solo tackles in that game. You played your tail off of that game,
Yes,
or your balls off of that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I needed the underwear for that game after that.
Tennessee needed underwear change in that game.
So a lot of times, Cam, you hear like this stuff. We've lived in Vegas. I've been in sports books over 20 years, making lines and doing all this stuff. I'm an odds maker by trade, now doing media. You hear about the letdown factor, and everybody talks about the narrative. After you win that first one, you got to have that next game. What's it like at practice all week? Are you fighting? Is that a real thing, the letdown thing, or is that like a bullshit thing that media guys come up with?
I mean, right after the game, all of us came together. Like, we just talking like, we gotta go repeat. We gotta go do the same thing next week. Like, it's no let up, no none of that. Like, we coming in with the same game plan, same offensive game plan, same defensive game plan. We not playing. Like, we gonna come in do the exact same thing.
It worked.
Definitely.
In practice, when you're watching Spencer Rattler play, what was that like when he came in? What did that do to the program? And at the end of the year, it felt like you guys needed to keep on playing because you played so well at the end of last year.
Just him coming in, that was already big. Just coming in, having a top quarterback coming in, a top quarterback that's done. He's proven himself at Oklahoma and stuff like that. So just having him come in just already boosted up the team's morals, I guess, like you could say.
Right.
But them coming in, the receivers, I seen the receivers just start to come in as a whole, just come together, like more, trying to get more chemistry and more everything, like coming in after and making throws and stuff like that. All of that's the little things that makes the teams better throughout the season. And I seen it throughout the season. And it just wasn't just during the summer. It was throughout the season. It wasn't just one-time thing, stuff like that. They made it a consistent thing.
Did it make you better as a corner?
Definitely. He makes every throw. Like, he can make every single throw. You'll think you got the angle or you baited him into a bad throw, and he just somehow puts it into a spot that you didn't even think he would.
So what's your life now as you prep for the draft? What do you do? How do you get ready for what could be a life-changing moment for you when that phone call rings?
Wake up 6:30 every morning, brush my teeth, wash my face, eat something, and then head on to Exos, go work out, have my speed work and stuff like that. be done by like 9, treatment and stuff like that, making sure my body right, make sure I ain't got no nooks or aches and stuff like that.
Right.
Have my lift at 1, then I'm done. I'm just chilling for the rest of the day.
That's life right now,
It
man.
is,
That's
man.
life
Yeah,
right
coming
now.
from the college world, like
Yeah.
you done had class and all of that stuff. Like,
Forget that. No more class.
no more class.
That's your class right now.
Let
What
me
do you,
go ahead.
real quick. Is this first time ever at Media Week like this? What do you make of this?
I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy. Like I've never like the most I've seen is like 7 people in a room
Right.
interviewing, trying to like just answer questions, stuff like that. Like I've never seen nothing like this.
We'll let you go on this. The NIL.
Wait, can I ask one more?
Yeah, go ahead.
Covered the SEC for like 5 years, right?
Yep.
He's down there and stuff. What's the hardest stadium you played in ever? Like down there, like the loudest, like as a visitor. I mean, South Carolina is one thing. What's the hardest stadium you've ever played in?
See, I'm gonna say Texas A&M. I know a lot of my teammates would probably say LSU, but I didn't go to that game.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm trying to
Texas
tell
A&M.
him LSU
That's
at night is a whole different
It's
world.
different. Okay.
Yeah.
Texas A&M was
But yeah,
really
Texas A&M is loud as I don't know what. And then
Really?
they got this big old cannon that sits in the end zone. As soon as they score,
Blow
it
it
go
off.
off. Like you scared. I was like, yeah.
Like, what is that? Why are you? Yeah. Or the yells, the chants, the weird dances.
they
A&M's
got
a
all
cult.
kinds of
I
stuff.
think A&M's a cult.
Oh,
So
it's a different
A&M fans,
world
A&M's a
now.
cult.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ball of wax. A&M wasn't in the league when I was covering it, but NIL as a player coming out now, looking back on it, when it became a thing. Did it change campus? Did it change the team? Did it change your life at all when it came to those deals that were available to you or teammates?
I wouldn't say necessarily right off the rip with a lot of players. I mean, some players kind of already had the name and stuff like that.
Right.
So, like, they already had kind of people lining up for the stuff. I already had people knowing. But a lot of people didn't really know about it, like, kind of in South Carolina, for real. They didn't know the ins and outs of it and stuff like that and how to go about it and
Right.
stuff.
Navigate
So,
it.
like, now, fast forward to 2022. In 2023, it's they kind of got a knowledge of it and stuff
Right.
like that. So a lot more people are seeing a lot more benefits.
Is it better for the players that's available now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like a lot of players have a lot of stuff going on back home and stuff like that.
Okay.
Just having like to take care of a lot of other people and stuff like that. So
Right.
I feel like that's gonna help a lot more. Put a lot more players at ease.
Right. Cam, thank you so much for stopping by. Best of luck as you prep for the
Who's
draft.
winning the Super Bowl?
Who's winning?
I got the Chiefs.
Oh, boy. 2-0
all
today.
right.
2-0 in the
Two
kids.
people. Yeah, we'll see.
Sax is here. You guys can go check out if you want to take a shot of his shirt again. Drop the temp of your nuts with Sax. Their drop temp underwear is available right now. Hit them up on Instagram,
It's
and they'll hook you
outstanding.
up. A bonus, Sax is offering to give we can get it for free. Drop temp underwear to every player who's in the NFL draft. No strings attached. Just hit them up, Sax on
I'm gonna have to
Instagram,
get them myself.
and they'll hook you up. Cam, thank you so much, man.
Thank you,
Appreciate the
brother.
time.
Appreciate
That's
it.
Cam Smith joining
All
us here live from the Super Bowl. That's a very fun interview. That was good. We enjoyed that, to have him come on in as we continue live
Appreciate you.
from Radio Row. One of the more
It's great stuff.
maybe
man.
the best shirt we've seen.
I'm
all
a
day.
fan already.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. That's
We'll
I can't wait. We'll follow his career.
wish
now.
him the best of luck on this.
Yeah.
Roger Goodell, actually with a straight face, said, "I don't think there's ever been that the officiating in the league's ever been better." Today, told you would say something about officiating.
Did you know?
No, I did not know. You
got-
want to sit down?
you got 5
Come on in.
minutes, 10
I already
minutes,
said I
come
don't.
around. Oh, yeah.
I already
You
said I
guys
don't.
want us to leave you some Sax underwear?
Sure, please do.
What size are you guys?
Large.
Large? XL?
XL or double X if
Okay,
you got.
let me see.
Oh, let's do it.
Here's XL. Do we have a double X?
If you have double X's, I'll take it.
Give me a large. We're taking underwear. We got free underwear. Look at that. We're gonna keep our nuts cool. This is great. Look at that.
Here's a double XL.
There we go. I take that. Large, please. Yes. We go with that. We'll take that. Love it. Free underwear.
We'll leave you with the XL.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Awesome, thank you.
That's phenomenal. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. That's excellent. All right. Hey. We go. We go. Look at that.
Awesome.
That's phenomenal.
Thank you, guys.
It has a
Appreciate it.
ballpark pouch.
Sit right
I
there,
love
baby.
it. Thank you so much.
Look at
That's
this.
awesome.
Ballpark pouch.
That's a.
I'm gonna do the read every day. I'm gonna do the read every day. Whoever wrote this copy is outstanding. I'm doing the read. At Sports BK can sing on
Yes.
Twitter.
So we're gonna-
He's at Sports Talk Matt. The show's Bostonian versus the book. We'll read it every day if you want. Let's make
Too
an
good.
arrangement, Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. I
Oh
can't
my
do it
gosh.
right now. No, I can't change them right now.
No, that would be. We're
gonna
edgy.
learn them tomorrow.
We're not that edgy.
Yeah.
We're edgy. We're not that
Thank
edgy. We're not that. Adam,
Look at that down.
what's going on?
Adam Hill.
What is
What
up?
What's up?
How are
When
you?
did you get here?
About 2 hours ago,
Yeah.
when I saw you walking in, that's when I got
Everybody
here.
wins. Wednesday, guys.
Wednesday, guys. Everyone comes in, rolls on in.
It's when the big stars come in.
Absolutely, right? Come in,
Yeah.
flexing. Hey, so are the Aces in trouble or what? What the hell's going on?
What the hell happened,
fine.
Adam?
They're fine.
What the hell's going on with the Aces?
They're fine. They're fine.
Wait, they're fine?
They're fine.
They're not going to get penalized?
What are they going to do? They have a team. By the way, are we on? I don't know.
Yes, we're live.
Okay,
We're
make sure.
right here.
live.
If
All
you
right.
say your name,
Yes.
use your camera, and
What's
you
up?
can- Adam's been on the show
Just
before.
I was going to say something stupid. I
No,
guess.
say
No,
whatever
no,
you
look.
want. No. We're on live.
Yes, we're on live.
As unfortunate as this might be to say, the WNBA needs the Aces
Ooh,
and
yep.
the
Yes.
Liberty, so
Yes.
they're not going to do anything.
No.
Nothing. No penalty,
No.
nothing.
Come on. I'll be slap on the wrist.
Just going to tell them stop doing
Slap
it.
on the wrist. Yeah,
But
don't do
bags
that
of-
again. Oh, by the way, everybody's excited about these two teams right now. Just don't do that again.
Right.
Wow.
That's
It's like
right.
the old, because the NFL used to do this, circumvent the rules, circumvent the salary cap. You give different bonuses and different play
Well, this is UCLA breaks every rule, and Cal State Northridge gets penalized. Yeah,
That's right.
that's how you roll.
unbelievable.
You're not gonna punish the Aces. It's all they got going
It's
right
bad
now.
guys delivering bags in Vegas. It's been going on for decades. I mean, this
That's
is
fair.
the shit that's happening.
Aren't we
anyway.
excited? Oh, we can curse here. This
Yeah,
is
we
great.
can say whatever
Let's
you,
go.
we can say whatever you
Let's
fucking
every-
want.
you
Let's
want.
go.
F and go.
Let's
You can
go.
say fucking go. You
You
can
can
say
say-
effing go. You
you
say
gotta-
fucking go.
I have a reputation
Yes.
uphold. What are you
Oh,
talking about?
oh.
Come on.
Sorry.
Come on. I don't do that.
Can
I
you
don't
do a little humpy dance?
I don't
for us?
do
We're
that.
doing
Sorry,
raps and
sorry,
stuff
sorry,
now.
sorry. Hey, is Derek Carr going to be gone by the end of the week?
What's today? Hold on.
Today's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
The 15th. It's a week from today.
Right.
No, today's the 8th.
Today's the
Yes.
8th. That
A
would
week
be
from
7
today.
days,
Yeah.
No, I don't think. Look, if the Saints do, and I think the trade compensation has been worked out, but I don't think it's going to go through.
Okay.
So yeah, I think Carr will. Saints are the most likely destination. I think
Wow.
at this
Okay.
point.
All right.
But I don't think a trade's going to happen. I don't know why it would. I think you let them work something out, and then they'll cut him, and then he can go sign with them. So I don't think they're going to make a trade. Unless the Saints believe that there's other teams that are interested, but I don't think there's a massive market for Derek Carr right now, especially with that contract. And don't forget, there's also that weird month, right? So the 15th is the date,
Okay.
but the league year doesn't start until March 15th.
Okay.
So if a trade is agreed to, the Raiders would have to allow his contract to become guaranteed on February 15th, and then hope that a month later, whoever they've agreed to trade him to still wants to do the trade.
Wow.
So
That's how that works?
Yeah, there's a weird month if they do allow this contract to get picked up, and then a team could back out, and then the Raiders are stuck with a guaranteed contract. So it's a very bizarre deal.
Huh.
And Derek said to a reporter last week, me, that he would not push that deadline back, because he could say, look, the deadline's the 15th. I'll push it back to March 15th,
Right.
and allow them to have that time to work on a trade. He said, absolutely not. What does that do for me? I'm not going to do that.
Hey, by the way, Brock Purdy is having UCL surgery, FYI, so he is having Tommy John. So enjoy that.
So who's going to play quarterback for the Niners?
He's out for a year.
Trey Lance.
Yeah, he's out for a year. So
It's the Trey Lance. What do we do? What are we talking about? They give us 3 first-round picks for him. He's going to have to play at some point.
Brock Purdy is having UCL surgery. That's not good news for the Niners. After like, no, he's not going to have surgery. Someone last night said not having surgery. Yeah, he is. He's having surgery.
Nobody knows shit.
Right. So who's the quarterback for the Raiders next year? Handicap it, Mr.
Might
Hill.
be you.
Let's go. I'm all in. I can suit up. Let's go.
Look, if you made me make a wager right now,
Yes, that's what we do.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
my goodness.
Adam Hill.
There's a lot of moving pieces. Look, Aaron Rodgers is going 4 days into an isolation chamber.
Correct.
What does that even
Which,
mean?
by the way,
Going dark for 4 days.
believe me, I looked into a lot of this yesterday. I don't know if this is the one he's going to. I found one in Guatemala.
Wow.
What?
And I think it's the best one in the world.
Oh.
And it might be where he's going.
Oh.
I really want to go. I pitched to my editors already. I was like, I'll go. Like, I want to see what this is like. Now, I don't think I can make it 4 days. I'm like, 12 hours tops.
What does it mean? It's dark, like literally in the dark.
You go into a cave, essentially.
Okay.
Where there's absolutely no light. They drop food in through like a slot where there's no light that gets through. So it's basically sensory deprivation for 4 straight days.
What the fuck's the point of that?
Oh, my God.
You really start to focus. Listen, I read a lot about this.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't done it.
Are you on something?
No, I want to go. No, he insists no. I think you can be as part of it, but
You have to be.
Really, it makes sure
No, you
it
don't.
just
Yes, you do.
it totally locks into your feelings and your emotions,
sit-
and you have
Oh, my.
you gain clarity on
You
what's
get
going
clarity.
on. Yeah,
You
because
need to
there's
be
no
on-
light, it starts making you freak out
You
a
need
little
to
bit.
be on LSD because then you just go ahead and watch TV
That
on,
makes it
on the
fun.
black. Yes.
Sitting
Sure.
Cave.
Yeah, you drop
don't
acid.
need to be on
Yes,
anything.
You drop acid and then you watch everything happening in front of you.
I'm
Yes.
totally down to try it. Like I said, I
Yes.
don't think I'd make it. Like,
There's no way you're sober on that.
I can't.
There's no way.
Look,
I'll go with
I've
you.
already looked at my phone 4 times since we started talking. I can't be without my phone
I
for
will
more
go
than
with
30
you.
seconds.
This sounds like a
I
great
think it's
idea.
I think it's in Guatemala. Now, if I'm gonna I love Costa Rica. If I was going to go down there, I'd go to Costa Rica instead of
okay.
Guatemala.
All
I think, but
Can we do
Guatemala
that?
seems to be. I think it's a place called the Hermitage. The
Sure.
spot. If you want to look it up over there on your
name of
computer.
this?
Yeah, it's dude. Oh look, look. Play this. Play it later on. Play this.
Okay.
There's a video on the site
Okay.
of the 2 people that are the hosts of this thing.
Oh my god.
They seem real cuckoo.
Yeah. You have
it's like
to
a.
be.
I don't know where
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
from. It's
yeah,
a couple
yeah.
that relocated. They opened this thing, and then you go into this.
Look, I'm
into
right
this
by
cave.
saying this. The Adam, in your media experience, Aaron Rodgers can't go to New York. He's used to Milwaukee and Green Bay media. They'll devour him.
Well, I don't think Derek Carr could go to New York.
Nor either. Either or.
But no, I think Rodgers. Rodgers can handle it. I think he's bizarre, but I think he also he's a very smart person.
Right.
I think he can be able to handle it and figure it
Does
out.
Devontae have that much pull, or is it just the team knows they could get one
No,
of the
look, my belief is that the 3 quarterbacks that they had on the top of their list when they got rid of Derek Carr, because they knew that they had to do better.
Okay.
Right? You can't get rid of a guy that's the 14th best quarterback on the planet,
And not
which I
upgrade.
think Derek Carr is, and
Okay.
not do somebody better, and there's not many guys. So I think it was Brady, Rodgers, Jimmy Garoppolo were their plans if they weren't going to go and take a potential rookie. So I think Rodgers is next on the list. But again, when Rodgers goes into this chamber, whatever he's doing, is his mind going to tell him,
I'm
done playing.
Green Bay.
I'm done playing.
Oh.
You know, because
Is that
that's
a possibility?
It's possible, I think. Yeah, he said yesterday on the show that you go on and won't get me on.
Right.
He said my favorite show of all time that I watch every single day, and I can't.
Your
I
favorite
can't be
show?
a guest on it. Well, besides this one.
Thank you.
That
Come on.
he said on that show yesterday that he hasn't decided. He's like, I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm going to play it or not. And he
did
doesn't
the
know.
He did the Brady.
And look, and if he does come back, do the Packers want to trade him? I would think that if he wants to be gone, then they'd find a way to get him gone. But
First round
there's a lot of
pick?
moving pieces.
First round pick for him?
Yeah, but the contract is so prohibitive.
So
it's tough. Like,
man.
they have the cap space though, right?
The Raiders do. So you need to have $60 million in cap space when you make the deal. Once they get rid of Carr, they'll have right around that 60. Now they'll renegotiate that and figure it out. But when the deal is actually made,
Yeah.
you have to have 60, and they'll have that, so they can figure that out.
I mean, don't you think if Aaron Rodgers comes to the AFC West, that he's
Why would he? It doesn't make any. It makes sense to me. Hey, go play in Vegas. I know the tax structure is really beneficial. He
Yes.
likes that. All those things are great. But like, if you're trying to win, that's not the division you go try to win.
Nope.
why not?
What do you mean?
You got to go over Mahomes, Herbert. You got to go over potentially, Sean Payton and Russell Wilson if he has a bounce back now.
If Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback of the Raiders, who has the best offense in the division?
The Chiefs.
They do.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I would put the Raiders.
He's
over the
ready
Chiefs.
to say Rodgers comes and they win a division.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean,
Their defense needs to be addressed.
I can't make that bet.
You could-
over the
right,
team,
right,
but you know what I'm saying.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't make
yeah,
them. I
we
wouldn't
can-
make them
right,
the
yeah.
Their
favorite.
defense.
Look,
is a
I also
question.
very much believe in the Chargers. Like I know
You
people
do?
still. Yeah, absolutely. I do,
Brandon
yeah.
Staley, you agree with? You
I'm-
believe in that guy?
I'm a Brandon Staley stan.
Oh,
yes.
no.
Yeah, I am.
Oh no.
I am.
He's held.
Although
this
I don't know what I don't know what this year was. This year was a joke. I don't know what he was doing.
What was last year?
He didn't know
Last year
what he was doing.
he
thi-
coached
if this was
almost
coached up.
exactly how he should coach last year.
he
And then
lost.
this year somebody told him
Don't do
stop
all that
doing
shit.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is yes, they castrated him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't let him. They didn't
Yeah.
let him coach the way he should, and he wanted to, and it was ridiculous. I don't know
Because
why they did that.
He should have tied the Raiders and gone to the playoffs and didn't. That's why. That's
well,
why.
he should have.
He chose not to tie them, and he didn't go to the playoffs.
The Raiders. I don't know. I still don't know what happened at the end of that game. That was so bizarre.
Oh my.
But I don't think the timeout was the difference anyway. I think the Raiders were going to figure that out. It was a weird. But in terms of like fourth down decision making, and 2-point conversion decision making, he was great last year, and they didn't let him do it this year, and I don't understand why. You know who's great at it this year? Nick Sirianni, and that's one of the reasons the Eagles are here. Like you're
Are
fourth,
they
and,
gonna win?
fourth and 2 from your own 32, and you're going for it. Yes, that's what you're supposed to do.
Are they going to win? You don't know.
I don't
yet?
know. I don't know. I don't know which side I like most. I do love. I love the Eagles' offensive line, and I think they can control this game. But if
Agreed.
they fall behind,
They're in trouble.
that's trouble. But if they can play close or from ahead, the way that their offensive line can take over a game is crazy. And the fact that they will have a 3rd and 3 and line up under center and go for a quarterback sneak because
Yes,
they can.
yes.
That's nuts. They're playing with a line of scrimmage 3 yards downfield, which is a huge advantage.
First half Eagles money line and spread has been absolutely money this year.
Yeah.
Do they get off to a fast start? Because if they do, they win the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough to catch up to a team that can run the ball that well and dominate the line of scrimmage the way that they can, for sure. But, do they jump out? Or, look, I'll say this. I love Jalen Hurts. He stunk last game. He stunk.
Was he healthy?
And it was
passes.
no, he's not. But is he going to miraculously be healthy now? I don't know.
Probably
and
not.
so I think if you have any quarterback, and that, I mean legitimately any quarterback on the other side, I don't know that they win that game. But they were playing against basically Christian McCaffrey as the quarterback at times in that game. So they got the benefit of that, and they could win with defense in the running game. But if you have to throw the ball and Jalen Hurts played like he did last game, that's real trouble.
Total. Over, under. Which way you leaning?
Over.
Wow. How about that?
I mean, it feels like
Steam to the under.
Yeah.
Like the I can see the over. We'll let you go on this. So, are the A's to Vegas not happening? Dead. We were told last night it was dead.
Yeah, look, I've been saying it's dead since it was first said.
Okay.
Like, the deal that is on the table for the A's in Oakland will not be matched in Las Vegas. So what are we doing here? Like, if you're turning that deal down, you're not getting it in Vegas.
Right.
So what do we do? What's this whole process? It's obviously they're trying to get more out of Oakland, and that's fine.
Right.
But you're not going to get that same deal in Vegas. And nobody's ever really bringing that's like, hey, maybe they'll come here. They're looking at sites. What do you want? You're not getting the Raiders deal. You're not getting the same deal you're getting in Oakland. So what is this whole process? What are we doing?
You cover the team, Raiders. You go to the UNLV games. I sat with you a couple weeks ago at the game. You go.
I'm an alum.
Would baseball survive? Would baseball make it in Vegas?
I'd love it.
Well, I don't personally.
I'd love it. It'd be
would
great.
the city support it?
It's tough. You're talking like a Wednesday day game.
A's, Rays. Ooh,
it's rough, man.
That's a great game.
That's rough.
Let's go watch that.
By the way, we have an unbelievable AAA stadium.
Yes.
It's awesome to go out to those games.
It is fun.
Just go watch
that.
Watch the
It's
Aviators.
fun. Yeah, I enjoy that.
And I love Major League Baseball, but I'll go to San Diego, I'll go to Oakland, I'll go to San Francisco, I'll come down here to Arizona.
Right.
Like I would love it, but I don't think we need it.
Nope, I agree.
Go
You're
see
the best,
NBA.
my friend. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, brother.
Adam
Pleasure,
Hill,
guys.
Las
Adam
Vegas
Hill.
Review Journal. Great to see him here live on Radio Row. Bostonian versus the Book as we continue here for day number 2 for us, as we will see more and more people stop on by and say hi. Taylor Mathis was walking on by. I think you yelled at her to come on by. I don't know where
she went.
If she was hanging out or not,
went.
or she was having an interview.
Yeah.
Or she wants to stop in and say hello, so we'll grab a hold of her at some point. And it's already 1:15, so we've already been on the air for an hour.
Have we really?
Yeah, we've already been going for an hour. So it's just kind of nuts how fast these days go. Like yesterday, when we walked out of here at 6:45, I was stunned. Because, I mean, we got here at 9 o'clock, and we were here till 7 o'clock. It felt like we just got here. Like, I was like, how is that the whole day? Like, it was bizarre how fast things went. And then, going and walking around outside was fun, and being a part of the media party last night.
Lunch was great, too.
Lunch was really good. Yeah, we went and had a really nice Mexican restaurant on down the strip here, which is you can't miss it in Phoenix. I mean, it's phenomenal food.
Yeah.
You eaten there before? Blanco?
Used to be one of the stops when I would go to the games.
Oh.
Either baseball games or the hockey games.
Oh.
Went to Suns games, but that wasn't part of the routine for the Suns games. So.
Okay.
But, yeah, we'd been there before. It was good to just pop in and go a block or two down rather than,
be a part of it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that was great.
was good.
Adam's phenomenal. And I agree. I think the Raiders are going to aggressively try to get Aaron Rodgers. I think they're going to trade as much as they have to
Can't
trade.
believe he just said it
to
like
get
that. Aaron Rodgers, he just went bam.
And he covers the team, so it's different if I say it. If
I know.
If I say it's one thing.
I know.
If a beat
I
writer
know.
says it, he's a beat writer, so he covers the Raiders. So he says,
And he lives there. By
He
the
does,
way.
yes.
He is at the facility all the time. Like when they text him, "What are you doing?" "I'm at practice." I'm
Yeah.
at practice.
Yeah.
I'm doing this. He's there for football season every day.
right.
And he's talking to people and getting stuff. So that's a good. That's a good source of information right there.
Look, if Aaron
that's
Rodgers, we've
shit.
talked about this.
Goes in this cave and comes out and says, "Let me go to
Well,
Vegas."
here's what I said to Matt Farah on the way down here. I think this 4-day going dark thing, one, he may want to do it, but I also think it gives him a chance to let his agent go to work and the agent can play off it and say, well, I'll talk to Aaron when Aaron comes back, but it gives them a chance to have some plausible deniability as they go through. Well, I'll talk to Aaron when he comes back. There's no deal till Aaron comes back. There's a way of going into these negotiations with the Raiders or whomever that may want to get Aaron Rodgers, or to go ahead and play off with the Packers saying, hey, the Raiders want him. You better be careful, or we're going to orchestrate this and make this happen. Packers have to play ball. They don't want to play him $60 million next year. That's what they owe.
Right.
$60 million. So they don't want to pay that, and it's time. They feel like it's time to move on. He feels like it's time to move on, and Devontae Adams in the desert very well might be the place to go.
I think it would be spectacular.
It's the best win-win move for him. It's a better deal than going to the Jets, and I think it's a more of a lifestyle / economic decision coming here or to Vegas, going to Nevada, and you don't have to worry about state income tax. So you're going to save millions of dollars.
Win. We got to win.
What? Well, the offense is there. Look at the offense.
There's Joe Montana. Holy crap.
Last time I saw Joe Montana, I was on my honeymoon. That was wild. That was 11 years ago. I got married.
Great.
I got married and divorced since the last time I saw Joe Montana. Yeah, he's been. Everyone's going to go ahead and attack Joe Montana and say hello, but yes, that would be 4-0, Mr. Joe. Broadway Joe.
Yeah.
No, that's not Broadway Joe. That's Joe Namath. Sorry, I'm confusing my Joes.
If he has 5 minutes.
Yes, it would be a monster to get Joe Montana. So reports are out now that positive signs are now continuing for Patrick Mahomes when it comes to the ankle. So I think it's a whole bunch of nonsense. I just tweeted, by the way, the full exchange between Roger Goodell and whoever media member stood up to ask about the refereeing.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch it. I haven't seen the full quote yet, but I'm psyched to see the full quote. Quote's going to be phenomenal. It's the best it's ever been. Officiating is the best it's ever been.
So just a little peek behind the counter.
Yeah.
Perrault has 8 tabs open on his computer right now.
1, 2, 3, 4,
TweetDeck
5, 6,
has
7, 8.
5. I didn't realize to scroll 5 across.
No, more.
5 wide.
More.
6.
More. 7.
7 wide. Somehow he's listening to
you.
the show.
Watching this.
And watching the camera
Yeah.
and all this other stuff.
Wait.
And Joe Montana just
walked
walked by us.
Yeah,
and,
say hi.
And Farrah jumped up and asked Joe if a Bell Vernon guy could come talk to a Keystone Oaks guy.
Oh, wow.
He was in our conference.
Was he really?
Yeah, they played at Bell Vernon played against.
Did you watch him in high school?
No, I was a little
I
kid.
know, kid.
Fucking wrong. Did I watch him in high school? Bullshit. No. Watched him in the Super Bowl.
You
though.
West PA. West PA.
It's where quarterbacks are born.
It is true. It really is hard to argue. Really,
Football
it
players
really
in
is
general.
Hard.
Western
It's really
PA.
hard. It's really hard
what
to
they
argue
do.
that quarterbacks from Western Pennsylvania is not a thing.
Yeah.
It's really difficult not to. I mean, it really is a thing. It's quite remarkable. You know what's fun?
What?
Is it like the team? Like back when I first started covering sports, the teams didn't have their own media wing. Like teams figured out. Like the Lions are right there. The Commanders are right there. Like there are team. Like it's like propaganda. It's awesome. It's literally like state-owned media. It's phenomenal. Like they come in, they work for the team. They can't say anything about anything bad. They can't talk about Daniel Snyder. They can't talk about the league, negatively. It's all fluff. It's all pop. It's all circumstance. But they all love it, and they all come in here, and it's impressive how they go to it. Say hi, to Tommy Kern.
Hey, there's Tommy Kern.
Tommy Kern.
Tommy Kern.
We're doing from that. So it's all.
What's up? You got a couple minutes to sit down with us?
There you go. Grab them on. From
how you doing? Good. Great.
Of course.
Yeah.
Super Bowl week.
Super Bowl.
What can we do? Good to see you, man.
Tremendous shape.
He is, of course.
Working out like a beast. God.
Comcast Sports, New England, Tommy Curran. So it's always good. Patriot beat writer for. It's going to be an interesting offseason for him to see what the Patriots are going to wind up doing. Bill O'Brien's back.
Can't wait to sit him down and ask him this bullshit.
Patriots just signed the offensive line coach from Oregon, which was the hand-picked
good?
option. Well, it's who Bill O'Brien said he had to have. Bill O'Brien came in and said, if I'm going to come back, I want these guys. He'd already talked to them, and so they're going to run the football a ton next year. Patriots will be a run-first offense next year.
Boring.
Yeah, you have to be with Mac Jones. I mean, you're going to have to be. They have the best.
Shit might work.
They have the best defense in the league. So
it might work.
You go ahead and add more defensive talent.
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Run the ball and just.
God forbid the Celtics or the Bruins win their championship, and the Patriots get good. Thank God the Red Sox are going to stink.
They're going to stink, but bet the over on their 79.5 wins.
We'll discuss that in March. We're not there yet.
Well, we're get ready. We're doing daily win totals for 30 days.
We are?
30 shows, 30 win totals, just like the NFL.
Dude, I can't start until March.
No, we're doing it 30 shows out, so it's like the end of February.
So we'll mention
30
got to get the pitching staff.
30
first.
shows in 30 days,
Oh my
and we'll break down win
God.
totals and break
Holy
down
shit.
for baseball. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get ready. You got to get ready. You got to get working for MLB Network.
I know.
Got to get you ready.
I know.
Before we let go of Sports Grid, we run through. Let me just say a big thank you and a big shout out to Sports Grid, who made a big announcement today.
Yes.
That they have signed a deal, and you are now going to be able to get this show, The Bostonian versus the Book, on Sports Grid on Amazon. Amazon Free V, which is the free TV stations available through the Amazon app, and also on Amazon Prime, you're going to be able to watch The Bostonian versus the Book and all of Sports Grid's programming now starting today. It's now going to be available with the Prime Video app and the free V app, as they have nearly 200 or more than 200 free linear channels that are on Free V. Big news for you.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed how you get these press releases pulled up and read while we're talking and doing the shows. I'm learning so much sitting next to you in person.
Watching me work.
We got no cats. We got
no dogs.
No dogs.
It's great.
Barking. We can actually just
Talk.
do the damn
Talk.
show.
It's phenomenal.
The landscaper guy ain't coming.
Oh, gosh.
Nobody's ringing the doorbell. Although you two Jagos left the door open today.
We did?
Yeah, you did. You left the front door open.
No, we did not.
Yes, you did. I went back and checked it. Yes.
Unlocked, you mean? Or open?
You left it unlocked.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We figured you'd walk out.
And then how would I lock the door?
What do you mean? You're the key.
I don't have a key.
Well, you know where the key is. It's on the text machine. It's on the text where the key is.
Tell everybody where the key is.
I'm not telling where the key is, but that's where the key is. We thought you'd do that.
I went out the garage.
Oh, well, that's a first. We didn't think you'd do that.
I went out the garage and
Yes.
hit the
Hold on.
code.
Yesterday, how did you go out?
I went out the front door because you guys were home.
Well,
You guys were home.
I never know. So then that's why we walked out the front door, because he went out the front door.
So
we thought
I,
you'd walk.
I put
we
this
figured
bag in
you
the
would do
car and
that.
I go, I wonder if they locked the front door. And I went back and opened the front door and I was like, oh,
well, that's not our
I'll
fault.
lock the front. It's not. I'm not blaming you. I'm just telling you. I'm
called it
glad
a
we're doing
jag-off.
the show.
You're the jag off.
That's a term of endearment in Pittsburgh.
Yes,
most
it
of
is.
the
Were,
time. Yes.
were you still blocked in?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
when we walked outside,
What
there
the
was a
hell's
big
going
trailer
on?
Hit landscapers and everybody else was building
They
stuff.
dumped rocks in the road. Nobody was speaking any English. My
That's some
Spanish
heavy
is
construction.
terrible.
We're like-
I was like,
we're
what
like,
the
Dave ain't
hell?
getting out.
I was like, excuse me.
He was boxed in.
Yeah, I gotta go.
We were like,
Yeah.
hi, what's going on?
Hey, yeah.
Good morning.
What the hell?
We gotta go. Yeah, that was something else, man.
Did you peek at the NBA today, by the way?
Zero.
Oh, really?
Well, no, because you had me peek at the NBA with the Suns, and I got lost in the hook last night. So
dude,
I'm back to
people,
hating the
sorry.
NBA.
Yeah,
I had the
if
best.
you've watched
I had the
the
best
best
number on the
line
planet,
in
4.5,
the world,
and they won by 4.
And yes.
Yeah, they won.
CLV, you win.
Yeah.
The game, you lose.
Only bet I have made in the NBA today is I bet the over 58.5 for the Boston Celtics first half.
Who the Celtics playing today?
Your Sixers. They're gonna turn their ass about as red as your hat tonight.
I wore.
Yeah,
I wore this.
it's all right.
this
You
shirts
can
out.
wear that. That's great.
Everybody thought it was cheap shit underneath.
You should go ahead and look that. And the Sixers red is nice. I actually like the Sixers red more than the Chief red.
Like the Sixers blue.
I'm kind of indifferent on the Sixers blue. I'm kind of.
Hat changes over today, boys. Bet the hat
Oh,
changes over.
oh, you have the hat bag
yeah,
today?
Yeah, I brought the hat bag. We're doing a bunch of stuff. Mikey's texting us right now.
Sending us memes
Look at this.
right now. The brigade.
Oh, man.
Very cool.
Doing some stuff right there.
Little on the red side. Yeah. So I mean, I gotta say people have asked, like, because this is the first time wearing the yellow hat for me with the BVB.
Oh.
So you can.
I got one of those.
You can let you have. What color don't you have? You have every color.
I got a bunch.
But I do the green $ filled in. That's the one difference I do on mine.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
You do the outline. I do the green filled in.
Yeah.
I like the filled in. But these hats, lids can do these when it come to Vegas. You guys can take care of it.
We'll get it taken care of.
Yeah, our
We're
guys
gonna
at
get 'em
Lids
through us. It's easier.
Are phenomenal.
Yeah.
You won't think. But finally though, so if you have Amazon Free V or Amazon Prime, if you've been watching the show through a different methodology, however you've been doing it on the replay at Sports Grid, midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific time, you now can just go to your Amazon Prime on your TV or go to Free V search for Sports Grid, and bam, you're going to get the Bostonian versus the book every night. So really cool, exciting to expose some new people. If you're first time ever watching the show, hi, how are you? Thank you for being a part of the brigade. That's what we call everybody who's watching the show, the BVB Brigade.
Yes,
so come on in and be a part of what we're doing every night.
Yes.
Thanks to our friends. So it is, I mean, literally, people say this all the time about like millions of new homes. It's not a joke. I mean, Amazon Prime's in like millions of homes across the country.
Millions.
So it's a pretty
millions,
it's a
like
pretty,
the boys do over there on the
it's a pretty
patch show.
It's a pretty big deal. That's a lot of people who are going to have a chance to watch the show every night. So I know they worked hard to get that deal done, and we're really psyched to be a part of it. By the way, that's kind of funny that Joe Montana is behind us, and Joe Montana is on the front page of ESPN.com right now.
Man, I'd be pretty excited to talk to Joe
that's
Montana.
a weird.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's
I
a
like
weird,
Joe Montana.
A weird synergy.
He was one of my first. Him and Montana were my first like guys, because, him and Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Were my first like Pittsburgh guys that I was watching going, you can make it. Like for a lot of kids, they were like, yeah, you could go to, Central Catholic where Dan Marino went. You could go to Bell Vernon where Joe Montana went and make it to the NFL.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was really, really cool.
Yeah, I saw him. Last time I saw Joe Montana, who was behind us, was in New Orleans.
I saw him 30 seconds ago.
But last time before that,
was
in a bar in New Orleans. He was with his wife.
Yes.
I was on my honeymoon, and I walked over and I said, "Hi, Joe. My name is Matt. I work in sports media. Just want to say I'm a huge fan. Sorry to interrupt your dinner." And I walked away. He was very nice.
Yeah.
Shook hands with him, and it was the bar that I had my first ever Sazerac. It was the bar that actually invented the drink, the Sazerac.
Really?
In New Orleans. Yeah. Very nice, very swanky bar in New Orleans.
Man.
High end. I think it was like in one of the oldest hotels in all of New Orleans that we were in. So it was pretty fun.
It was something happened to the feed, but the boys said we're back. We're good.
We're
I
back?
don't know. We're fine.
Nothing happened? See,
I don't
yeah,
know. We're good.
Just
I don't know.
Always,
And again,
always check yourself
check
versus
yourself.
everybody else
before you go throwing it in the chat.
Yeah, make sure it could be your end.
Which again,
your internet might be down.
The
before
chat
you
is huge, by the way.
Yeah,
part of the show. We really
appreciate
that.
for sure. Yeah.
Try to keep an eye on that as well.
Would
Would you like to sit down, please?
Taylor Mathis.
Oh my goodness!
Come on
All
in.
right. Yes.
Can you go ahead and Matt? Do you want to write down her
Do me a favor,
her handle?
sit right there. Go over there and write your handle down, and then
So
sit
Matt-
down with us.
so then
Yes,
Matt can
please.
know.
and then we can put it all over the screen.
So we know that you're going to be on. So this will be
She's
fun.
lefty too. Look at that. Yeah, look at these.
All creative people are lefty.
It's
you know?
crazy.
I'm not.
I
But I'm
actually
not
I'm
creative,
right-handed, but I do a lot of stuff left-handed. I'm mixed up.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm mixed up. Play hockey lefty.
Can you throw lefty?
I can. I didn't like it. Yeah.
Wow.
I can. Yeah.
Can you golf lefty?
What's up?
How are you?
Put
Throw the
those
headphones on,
real quick so you can hear us,
so we can
please.
talk and say hello.
And then- can you hear us now?
I got a little head.
I know. Squeeze it tight. Yeah. Squeeze it tight. There
Adam
we go.
Hill was on.
Yeah, Adam Hill is a big head.
noggin.
I got a small
and
head.
you got a small. So there's
He's got a
big
big noggin.
difference between Adam Hill and Taylor Mathis right now. Yes. Look right in that camera and tell people who you are and where they can find you on socials, please.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Taylor Mathis. I'm betting analyst with FTN Network, and I do digital content and hosting with Superbook Sportsbook. And you can find me, T-Math Sports, on all my social media handles.
And there you have that. All right. Now,
the good stuff.
You got a home game, Media Week, Super Bowl week.
I do.
You live here.
I do.
It's a short drive to get here.
It is.
Why is there so much damn traffic here?
Oh, gosh.
Hey now. Hey now.
Not her fault.
Let me just tell you one thing that I read recently. Phoenix doesn't even sit in the top 25 for cities in the U.S. with traffic.
What?
We are on a
They're
grid
lying.
system. All of our streets are aligned perfectly. We're on a grid system by numbers. I actually don't think the traffic's too terrible right now. You got to also think the
Where are
Super
you
Bowl's
from?
here. I'm from Chicago.
Is the
so I
traffic
know
bad there?
It's number one in the country. Worst
really?
traffic in the
Worse
entire
than
United
Boston?
States. Boston's number 2. There you go, guys.
Yeah, true.
I just looked this up. Why do I know this? Because I have useless information that I recently just looked
That's what
up.
we do. That's fine.
So I
Okay.
looked that up. I don't think the traffic's honestly too bad. I'm driving from North Scottsdale every day down here. Hasn't
Yeah.
been too terrible.
Get
Why
on the
is it?
10.
Hold on.
The 10 is
Okay,
terrible.
so my aunt and uncle live in North Scottsdale, so I was up there on Monday night.
Great question.
What the hell is with the darkness?
Is it? Where were
there's
you
no
at up
street
in
lights.
North Scottsdale?
There's no street lights.
Yes, there are.
Why?
Think, well,
It was
did you also know? Here's some more useless information I'm about to give you guys. The areas up in North Scottsdale and if you go to Fountain Hills, they have a light pollution law. So you can't light a bunch of things because they want to be able to see the moon and the stars. Did you not see the moon last night?
Of course I did.
It was amazing.
But why is it, it's so dark? It's so dangerous. You can't see where you're going.
The yotes are running around
all
everywhere.
over.
People are flying around, driving crazy. I'm trying to listen to my navigation, figure out where the hell I'm going. It's so, I mean, every time I'm like, I'm passing by all these very nice houses and all these very nice places. I'm like, okay, I get they don't want it to be dark, but I'm going to die. And they don't really care that I'm going to die.
Hey, I guess they don't. You know what? Arizona, it's called the Wild Wild West for a reason, right?
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, we're out here to die, I guess.
Yes.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not this
Hopefully
weekend. We
not.
have too much fun coming up.
Have you done this before, Media Week?
I have never.
What do you make of this?
This is my
great.
first
I've been
time.
asking everybody that comes on. You were here yesterday,
Yes.
just walking around. It's a totally different vibe today.
Yes.
It's crazier
But
than
what
today.
do you make
yesterday.
of this, right?
I think, what do I make of it? I will be completely honest, slightly overwhelming a little bit.
Yes.
There is so many people and so many booths and so many different media companies out here all
Yes.
trying to kind of, in a way, we're all doing the same thing, trying to
Right.
get content
Right.
about
That's all.
this.
That's it.
The
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
yeah,
We're all
right.
trying to do the same thing,
Right.
but for a bunch of different networks and outlets.
Right.
So it's fun. You're obviously kind of talking about a lot of the same things
Yes.
repetitively.
Right.
But hey, you're also out here. This is a huge networking event for everybody
Of
that's
course.
in the media industry.
Of course.
It's who's who. You're meeting everybody you can. You're shaking hands. You're trying to get your name out there too because, hey, that's what we do, and this business is
Right.
tough. So
Well, the Final
yeah.
Four does it for college basketball coaches. This is kind of what we do in the media. This
Right.
is our version
This
of
is
it,
our
right?
version of
We just
it. I
go
love
and-
that.
You go meet everybody, you see everybody, you say hi to everybody. The game itself for you, how are you approaching this? Eagles, Chiefs, are you looking at this? I mean, are you a Bears fan?
I'm a Cowboys fan.
Oh,
What?
Oh, wow.
I'm a Cowboys fan, y'all.
Uh-oh.
I
Why?
know.
So
well,
do you hate the
Well, because
Eagles?
the
I've
Bears
got a
were
good
bad while you were there.
Well, no, I've got a good story of why I'm a Cowboys
All right,
fan.
tell it, please.
Tell
So,
it, please.
my dad is from a small town in Iowa, Muscatine, Iowa.
I
It's
know where it
right
is.
on the
Another
Iowa.
Iowa
No.
person. This is we have. A
I went to the
connection
University of Iowa.
Yeah,
so.
I lived in Des Moines.
Okay.
So I lived in Omaha for 5.
love Iowa.
I lived in Des Moines. We did
I lived in Nebraska too.
We did radio. Where in Nebraska did you live?
Kearney. First job
Why?
out of college. I was
You
a
worked
sports
in
reporter on
Kearney.
TV.
West, it's a town of like, what, 20,000 people?
So tiny. But the town I grew up in Illinois, I'm
Yeah.
from Sandwich, Illinois. It's way smaller than that.
Sandwich?
Sandwich, Illinois, like a sandwich that you eat. It's about 2,000 people, really tiny. I grew up in cornfields. My
Yes.
dad grew up in Muscatine. He
Yes.
had zero affiliation to a pro team in Iowa.
Yep.
So
Okay.
back when he was younger, there were about 3 channels, and he's like, the Cowboys
Cowboys
were
were on
on
every
every
week.
weekend.
Yep.
He became a Cowboys fan, and let me tell you, he did not only raise me, my sister, and my mom has now converted from a Bears fan to a Cowboys fan as well.
Can't
But
blame
he's
her.
got his younger brother's Cowboys fans now. He's got my mom's younger brother is a Cowboys fan, and
Wow.
his whole family. So he has really brought in more fandom for the Dallas
Oh
Cowboys
my
over
So
the years.
now the key question that Todd Brommelkamp is now asking me to ask Taylor
What?
for you. Have you been to a come and go?
Of course I have. I lived in Iowa City. There's come and goes on every corner.
I had no
So
idea.
Dave, I
about
introduced Dave to the idea of a come and go
had
about
no
a week,
idea.
about a week ago, and he had no idea. He thought I was kidding, and I said,
I
"No,
said,
I'm
what
the
did
real
you say
thing.
the name of that was?
A come and go.
Yeah, exactly.
And he goes,
This
"Wait."
is what we do.
He goes, "Wait, what?" And I said, "Yeah, it's spelled with a K." He goes, "Spelled with a K?" I was like, "Yeah, it's spelled
Yup.
with a K."
Yeah.
He goes, "This
Sure
is like a
is.
legitimate like thing." Oh, yeah, it's based in Iowa and it's all over the Midwest.
Oh, and all the boys that go to the University of Iowa have the come and go sweatshirts. Everywhere.
I need
There's
one
some
of those.
everywhere. I could
Yes.
probably snag you one
I-
next time I'm in
I
Iowa.
need
I
one
can
of
do that
those.
for you.
See?
Everyone,
I had no idea.
everyone.
How all this ties together. I had no idea that Taylor had any Iowa connection.
I've
at
only
all.
been to Kearney once, and I was basically like I was driving through.
Worst year of my life.
Yes, right.
Say that.
So I was driving back from the World Series. The Red Sox had just beaten the Rockies. It was Game 4. I just partied with the team on the field. Highlight of my sports life. So Michael Chiklis got me on the field. So I was on the field with a celebrity. I was on the field with my team. But we had to stop. We drove all night there, all
Right.
night back. Stopped and slept in Kearney. And I was like, people live here?
There's like that. There's like 2 random little motels that are
Yes.
there.
That's where we slept.
I lived there. I covered high school sports for a year and a half.
7
I
on
co-
7, right?
7 on 7.
7 on 7.
I covered 7 on 7. I covered high school rodeo.
The high schools aren't big enough to have
Yep,
teams. So
they don't have full.
they
They
play
can't make
7
a
on
full
7.
squad. They play 7 on 7 in some of these towns and
You covered high school rodeo?
rodeo. I covered rodeo. I covered high school bowling. I did get to cover the Huskers, so
Yeah.
that was, I was
okay.
there for every football game, basketball games. I covered volleyball because volleyball's huge in Nebraska.
Okay.
So I got to cover all of that stuff too. But of course, I started from the bottom. I was making $9 an hour working at a local TV station doing sports, high school, rodeo, all that
That's
stuff.
what I
Hustle.
started
I have
making.
hustled. Some people will say to me a lot on social media that I just got into sports and gambling. I'm like, no.
Right.
I'm 30 years old.
This,
I
yeah.
went out of college
Right.
and I worked local TV and did all of that.
You lived
so
in
I have
Kearney,
worked
so
it
you have my
up.
respect.
Oh,
I did not
that
know
is a
you.
hard
You worked,
life right
you
there.
worked in Kearney. 'Cause
I did.
That's
a
Scottsdale's a long way from
Kearney.
Kearney.
I mean, come on. They're like polar
What
opposites.
the
And I can't
hell?
complain about my life here, I must say.
No,
It's pretty
that's
great.
awesome.
Oh my God, the weather alone just
It makes it a million times
Is
better.
it too hot in the summer?
No.
I mean, like seriously.
Personally, for me, no.
Okay.
And maybe that's because I'm from a cold weather city
Right.
that I don't find it to be like that. But a lot of people were telling me yesterday, too, that went to the media party last night. They were like, 60 degrees in Arizona is freezing. I'm like, yeah, because we don't have humidity.
Desert, right.
Yeah,
so
dry.
it's very cold. When it's cold, it's
Yes.
cold. And when
Yeah.
it's hot, I don't personally think it's that bad. When it's 100, you're like, not
I'm
sweating.
with you.
100's
Yeah.
great.
It's not bad at all.
It does get to
15,
120. It does
Yeah,
get to
that's a
120.
little bit
It's all
hot.
It starts to get a little hot,
yeah.
and then you get in this mode where at first you're like, yeah, I'm ready for the summer, lay by the pool, and then it gets to that level, and you're like, we're ready for the cool now.
We're good.
Bring
Yeah,
the cool
yeah,
in.
turn
You get
the
in that
AC back
mode.
on,
But I
yeah.
can deal with it. I'd rather take the heat, I think, over the frigid winters.
Give me 120 over 20 every day.
I agree.
I can't. No, I don't mind. Don't mind it at all.
I agree with you.
I don't mind it at all. Growing up in Boston, when people were like, my uncle wouldn't go and sell. My aunt wants to move back. My uncle was from here, and she's like, I want to go back. I miss the seasons. I'm like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
You miss your family. She's like, I
Yes.
missed
Yeah.
the four seasons. I'm like, no, you do not.
No.
No one misses negative temperatures. No,
No,
one
they do
misses
not.
getting rained on when it's freezing cold, 33 degrees rain.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
No,
you
No
don't
one
miss
misses that cold nastiness.
Very true.
Are you
Completely
going
agree.
to the waste management at all?
I am.
Look at
Have you been
I have
before?
been a bunch.
I have not.
I've
How
got
much?
lots of
Explain
tips
to
for
him
the people.
how much.
If
Okay,
you guys
that's
want
what.
to know about
hit,
the waste
hit
management.
everybody with it and how
Well,
much fun it is.
Okay, so if you're going during the week, I've never really done the week. The week's a lot more chill and laid back.
Yes.
Saturday is party day.
Is unbelievable.
It's party day. So the first time I ever went was the second year I lived here, and I did the whole going to the 16th hole experience.
Oh.
You wake up at 3 a.m. I ran in heels to the 16th hole,
Oh.
sprinted. It's like a mile run, too. Just so you know, everybody wear tennis shoes if you're planning to do
Okay.
that.
Yes.
It's like a intense run. You're getting a workout. You get there, and there's no tickets, so it's just first come, first serve if you get into the hole or not. So I get to the 16th.
Oh, my.
We slide in. We just make it in. I'm not kidding. It was me and two of my girlfriends. We were some of the only women that were at the 16th hole.
It's a
I will tell
fraternity
ya.
party.
Oh, it is.
A
I was
big fraternity
covered
party.
in beer by the end of it.
Oh.
You're throwing beer everywhere. And I will say also, the alcohol is surprisingly much cheaper than you would expect.
Yes.
Like a Coors
Good.
Light's like $5.
Yeah.
It's really not
It's
that bad.
affordable. Wow.
Yeah. And then if you don't do the 16th hole, though, walking around is very fun. My friends and I are going Saturday. We're going to walk around and probably try to get into one of the booths because
Okay.
a lot of the bars out here have booths that
Yes.
are around. That's fun. The 16th hole is honest. It's worth it. It's worth it. So if
It's
you're
worth
thinking
it
about
one
doing
time,
it, I
I
agree.
think.
I've
And
never
then,
done
like,
it since.
Right, yeah. Like
I've done it
it's
the
just-
one time. I'm good for that one time.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
I'm good for life.
Yeah. That's
I also
just-
did
that's
that when
real.
I was like 24, so I had a little bit more energy. In me
I'm
back
old
then.
enough to remember it when there were no stands.
Wow.
I went to it when I lived here from 99 to 2004.
Okay.
And it was just a big golf tournament then.
Exactly.
It wasn't like it is now.
It's a party now.
But it is fun.
It is. It's a
really
blast.
and it's like in Super Bowl week, there's stuff for us to do as media, but like you live here. There's
Right.
stuff to do other than this.
Oh, totally.
The Suns are away, the Coyotes are away. Have you been to a Coyotes game at this new place?
I have not. I was very excited, though. Arizona Sports Radio's over there, and I listen to Luke Lipinski and Wolf every day while I drive.
Okay.
And I was hoping that today I was going to get here and they would be here, but they were at the Matt Ishbia press conference, and that's where they were doing the show from. So I'm like, if they are here tomorrow, I will be walking myself over there
There
to
you
introduce
go.
myself because I'm like, I listen to them religiously.
Yep.
So I got to get my Arizona sports news in. I get it from them.
There you go.
Wow. In terms of the game, who do you like? Are you going Chiefs? Are you going Eagles? Over, under? What are your thoughts on
Do you
this
have
game?
props?
Oh, of course I do. Props are my specialty.
I know.
Oh.
This is why,
Yeah,
that's
props
why I
are
asked.
my specialty. But if I'm looking at the game, straight up. I'm going Chiefs money line. I'm not even taking the spread.
Is this Chiefs Day? Like
told you.
every person today has come on and
I
said
think
Chiefs.
it's undeniable to me, in my opinion, that we would go with the Chiefs. I think we're looking at Patrick Mahomes. He's going to be one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
Okay.
I can't believe that he's an underdog at this point
But he's
right
hurt,
now.
Taylor.
So is Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts shoulder, and you say, You know what? I was walking around talking to some people here yesterday, and I think that Patrick Mahomes' injury is not as prevalent as a lot of people are thinking, and Jalen Hurts' shoulder injury is more prevalent than we're thinking.
I agree
He's
with that.
thrown for under 200 passing yards in both of these playoff
And
games.
missed bad passes.
Only 2 touchdown passes against the Giants and 0 against the 49ers. Nobody questioned that shoulder injury against San Francisco because they didn't have to. It was a blowout game, and it was led by the run.
Correct.
Okay.
Logical.
I think that if you look at it, Vegas immediately put Kansas City as favorites with both of those injuries in mind and with the injuries of all the wide receivers for the Chiefs as well. They still made them favorites. The public flipped the line. That's my perspective. Do I think the public's onto something? I don't. I don't think they are.
My pushback would only be this. The Eagles are the first team in history to have 4 players with 11 sacks or more on their starting defense. And of the last 5 teams to lead the defense in passing DVOA in the NFL, 4-1 in the Super Bowl, and the only loss was the 49ers, and they should have won that game if they had a field. So, to me, no one's talking about the defense for the Eagles. Are you concerned at all? You concerned at all?
Well, here's my take on that.
Okay.
Best pass defense in the league, correct?
Yep.
They've only faced 3 teams all season that were top 10 pass offense, though.
Correct. Yep.
They've never seen a team like the Chiefs.
They've never
or
seen
Mahomes. Not this season.
Okay.
I personally don't think so. I
So
mean,
Cowboy
they're
fan-
averaging almost
Eagles.
300 yards through the air per game.
As a
Well,
Cowboy
you're a
fan,
Cowboys
so
fan?
you don't
Like,
like the Cowboys at all?
Cowboys
You
are
gotta
saying the
down
Cowboys aren't good?
Cowboys.
You just said-
I'm not comparing Patrick Mahomes to Dak Prescott. I'm sorry. I can be an unbiased Cowboys fan knowing that Dak Prescott does not even hold a candle to Patrick Mahomes. I think that if you're looking at it, they're coming in guns a-blazing. I feel like the NFL has set the Chiefs up to be that next Patriots type team, a dynasty.
Patriots?
That's what I'm thinking.
Patriots?
Hey,
What the
guys,
hell's going on
I'm
here?
telling you right now, they have to win this.
You think it's
They
me?
have
It's
to
not
win
me.
this.
They have to, but they're not going to.
I think they're going to.
See, because
I do.
they curse themselves by calling themselves a dynasty after 1.
Fair.
And when they said that, as a
I think
Patriot,
they're- I think they're winning
Patriot
2
fan-
Sunday. I
as
think
a
they're winning 2
as
Sunday.
a Patriot fan, I went, okay, good. You're not going to win 2 now
The hell is
because you
happening
went ahead and
right
dropped the D word after 1 ring. Well, here comes our dynasty. Whoops. Sorry.
Patriots.
Yep.
I don't know. I like it. I like the Chiefs. If I'm looking at props,
Yeah.
of course, I'm going with the Mahomes prop too. I like him over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Don't mind that.
I
Okay.
mean, come on. If you even look, like I said, top pass defense in the Eagles, but they still allow 1.7 passing touchdowns per game this season.
It's hard to run
He's
it in
gonna,
on them.
I
You gotta
agree.
pass it.
I think so.
Okay.
I'm going with that. My other favorite play that I really like is Jerick McKinnon over 20.5 receiving.
Like it.
Reason being,
Okay.
too, I think for that is because we don't know where a lot of these wide receivers stand. We do know Kadarius
Hell
Toney's
no.
going to play, but he might be like, pretty limited, I feel like, on
Yeah.
snap count.
Mikael
We
Coleman,
don't
too.
know about Juju Smith-Schuster yet.
No.
I think that they've really involved him in the pass game very well over over this season, really, because Isaiah Pacheco has really taken over as that running back 1.
Amen.
They're getting Jared McKinnon more involved in that pass game. I like him to go over, especially if they're limited with wide receivers. Those are my 2 favorite props that I'm sticking with.
Touchdown for McKinnon, too. I mean,
Ooh, I like that. I like that
Well,
play.
he set the record at the end of the year for 9 straight, 6 or 9, I can't remember which ones, receiving touchdowns for the first time ever for a running back. So I think he's going to be a big factor. I think that. MVP, if you like the Chiefs, do you bet Mahomes MVP?
Patty Mahomes.
Okay.
Of course
Done.
I'm going with Patrick Mahomes.
There's more value on I think there's a better bet. If you agree with you, I think take Mahomes MVP at plus money.
Right.
Versus going ahead and taking plus
100%.
points and laying juice.
Hey.
Am I wrong?
No. Charles, you're next. You can come sit on the show next. Stay right there.
I love it.
So, do you like to get this is the last one for me, and we'll let you go. Or Matt might have one for you.
I don't know who you're talking to, so I'm confused.
Charles is right there. I want
okay.
Charles to come on
Oh,
the
okay.
show.
Sure.
Hi. Over under. How are you feeling
Under.
about this game? Why?
Riding with the under. Hey, I've got a reason for you right here. Yes. Best pass offense in Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs, but you've got the best pass defense. I do think that the combination of Darius Slay and Bradbury, they're going to be able to stop some of that passing game. And the Eagles, like I said, I think Jalen Hurts' injury is more serious than we're letting on. They're going to lead with that run game, and when you lead with a running offense, you're eating time on the clock. I think we go under for sure.
Man, oh,
I don't think she's wrong. I just think the Eagles win. I think the Eagles and the under.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
I go Eagles under. She goes Chiefs under. I go Eagles under. So
That's fine.
Yeah.
We're all going to the golf course on Saturday.
We are. We're going to be
Stay
partying up the
tuned.
Waste Management
Yeah, I'm
Open.
going to find you.
Oh yeah. Are you staying?
I don't know yet. We're
Oh.
working on
He's
some
like,
tickets.
maybe.
We're
Maybe
working
I
on some
am.
tickets. I don't know if we can go. That was the thing.
Didn't know what you were doing.
I
Didn't
know.
know.
Just saying.
Once again, give everyone your socials. Where can they find your stuff this week?
Yes, Taylor Mathis. You can find me on all my social media handles at TMath Sports. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank
Great to see you.
You guys too.
That's Taylor Mathis here on
Thank
the
you.
Bostonian versus the Book. Thank
All right,
you. Take
thanks.
care. Thank you for being here. By the way, Billy Walters in the book. Get ready for that. That's coming out. That interview is airing.
Oh.
They stole the name of our show. That's okay. My name is not Billy Walters. It's kind of nice, right?
You can Google it.
And
they did it already.
They
did the 60 Minutes interview in the book while I was there. I'm actually in the video.
That's awesome.
Billy came to the book. 60 Minutes did the interview.
But the Phil Mickelson part is the new piece.
Well, that's
Yeah.
I don't. Let's bring Charles in.
Yes, go ahead, Charles. Come on.
Charles, sit down real quick. I'd like you to
it's
make
okay.
the announcement and put those on so you could hear us, please, sir.
It's a big day for our friends at Sports
big
Grid.
Sports Grid Day.
All right, let's talk about Charles.
So, Charles, real quick, just look into that camera real
Yes.
fast and tell everyone who you are.
Charles Thies, Chief Media Officer for Sports Grid Network.
And the big announcement today, which we've already told people, but can you tell all of our viewers and people that are watching the replay on Sports Grid every
You
night?
bet. It's a very exciting day for us that we've launched on Freevee as well as Prime Video, Amazon's Prime Video. So both platforms will be carrying Sports Grid. So check us out there. Freevee, as you know, is the former IMBD
Yep.
platform. And so we're talking, a lot of people now having access to Sports Grid on top of what we already had in distribution.
So walk somebody through that. So like if I'm going to go to my TV set tonight and I'm going to go and open up Amazon Prime, I'm just looking at our TV, right? And then finding a Sports Grid icon.
Yes,
clicking
indeed.
on it, and away we go.
And you're ready to go. Yeah.
Whether you're on Prime or you're on Freevee.
Exactly. And just
Wow.
kick it as a save. you
So
know?
just like a lot of people that watch the show have found that on their smart TV, it has a channel 1160 on Samsung. Plus.
Look at you
TV
knowing
Plus.
that. Nice job.
Yes.
Sure.
Very nice.
It will have our own channel. Sports Grid will have its own channel on there.
On Freevee as well as Amazon Prime.
Perfect.
Yep.
More ways to see all the hats and
More
all the
ways.
other stuff and all the other shows and Morency and Cam and
Oh, yeah.
Stevens and
What's the
K-Dub and all that other stuff.
What's the future of media? Where are we all going to be? Because I've made the case that
Oh.
we don't know exactly where we're going, but there seems to be somewhat of a roadmap here by given what the NFL has done with Amazon and the games on Amazon, what ESPN's doing with the NHL right now. Where are we going?
We're going to be going with technology. Technology is going to enable the consumer. So not many, but a number of years ago, they were looking for skinny bundles in cable.
Yeah.
Well, streaming has solved that problem so that you can pick what you want, how you want to subscribe, and you may not want to subscribe to anything. Just
Amen.
have fast channels, FAST, which stands for Free Advertiser Support Television.
Is satellite dead?
Satellite's going to be in a difficult market position for sure. Yeah. But
Answer's yes.
Yes, the answers are qualified yes.
Because I'm going home and I'm doing that when I go home. I will get rid of my DirecTV and I'll never go back. Because the only reason why I had it was for the Sunday ticket, and YouTube TV now has that.
They sure do.
So,
and the empowerment of broadband has really, people said, hey, well, everybody switched over during the pandemic. 33% of the households in the United States today are broadband only.
Wow. 33%?
Yeah.
I would have bet that under.
Over
Really?
60% of adults 18 to 34 have never subscribed to cable or satellite.
Wow.
That age bracket. 18 to 34.
60%?
Yep. Never subscribed to cable.
Yeah.
So when you start adding it all together, and then the last thing that everyone's going to start seeing marketing for is 5G, fixed wireless, in their home.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I use the word wireless, so that now all of a sudden you're getting fast speed at probably a significant discount compared to what you're paying for your broadband today. So the ability for technology to enable the consumer is right at our fingertips.
Let's switch gears a little bit here before we let you go. Describe to people that aren't in the media what this is, Media Week. I'm trying to trying to give people that are watching the show, and we're giving them snippets, and they're following, hopefully, Sports Grid on socials and all this other stuff. But what is this to a media guy like you, and how can you explain it to somebody who will never get in here for one of these things?
Sure, it's an exciting time because all the radio stations across the country that cover sports need to be here to be able to access, different breaking news that may be happening here during the Super Bowl week, but most importantly, all the different guests. And it really pulls the media together, so people are sharing stories, sharing, different ideas of how to, start doing things a bit differently with what they do on their particular shows. So
Right.
I think what we see every year is this kind of conglomeration of excitement. And so there's no getting around it, but this is all for the trade.
Yeah.
Consumers
Yeah.
are not allowed in.
Yeah.
And we run into, you just can run right into Jim McMahon a few minutes ago.
Yep.
Joe Montana.
Joe
Joe
Montana's
Montana's
right there.
behind us.
It's a fantastic
crazy.
time.
Yeah.
All right, before we let you go here, in terms of where this game gets played out and how Super Bowl media and sports gambling, the kind of beginning of it, the NFL for so long was against this, and now we're all here and we can do this logo and no one yells at us, because for a long time they'd be like, wait, no.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do we see next time in Vegas when we're all back together here in 1 year,
Oh, my.
what's it going to look like in Las Vegas when sports gambling media?
It's a good question, and I think that there's some contingencies here. So there's two things, technology and the law.
Yeah.
So if we have 3 states,
More lawyers.
or one of the 3 states that are large sports fans and also population,
Texas, California,
Texas, and Florida.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when those states sort of figure it out,
Right.
and they want the tax base also from the sports wagering, that will be a game changer. And the other thing that's going to be a game changer, and we're only at the advent because we keep talking about technology enabling the consumer,
Yeah.
artificial intelligence.
Oh, boy.
AI's come into the market, and it's going to be a game changer.
Charles, congratulations on the announcement. Big day. We're psyched. Thank you for the relationship. We love being on Sports Grid.
We love you guys too.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you,
That's
sir.
Charles Seitz
Take care.
from Sports Grid here on the Bostonian versus the Book, live from the Super Bowl Media Day or Media Row, and a breaking news story.
What happened?
The Los Angeles Lakers, the Utah Jazz, and the Timberwolves are discussing a 3-team deal that will send D'Angelo Russell back to the Los Angeles Lakers. Russell Westbrook
What?
and draft compensation
Russell
such as
Westbrook?
a first-round pick to Utah,
Oh, no.
and Mike Conley Jr. will go
Oh,
to the
no.
Timberwolves. Russ is
What?
See ya.
Russ?
Yes.
He's not going to go to Utah.
If he gets sent to-
Russ almost got in a fight with Utah fans. You remember that?
Yes.
Russ is not going to go to Utah.
Well, he will buy the letter
If
of
he
contract.
has a trade clause, he's
He
going
does
to
not.
nix. He does not have
He
a
does
trade
not
clause.
that I believe. This is Russell Westbrook says Utah fan made a racial taunt that led to confrontation.
Yeah, I remember that.
And-
I remember that, and I'm not named Russell Westbrook.
Yes.
There's no fucking way he's going to Utah. I don't know
Well-
who put this out. Who put the trade rumor out?
Shams.
Where's Shams at right now? I'm going to go talk to Shams myself.
This
He's
is
here.
this is not fake. This is real. Shams and
Shams is
Tony
talking.
Tony Jones is also reporting it as well.
What?
So you got two sources on this. The Lakers, Jazz, and Timberwolves are in deep discussions on a 3-team deal, sending D'Angelo Russell back to the Lakers, which, by the way, didn't work the first time. Remember how that blew up with the locker room thing, outing the dirty laundry of his teammates. That didn't go over very
But
well.
LeBron wasn't there.
Correct. Russell Westbrook and draft compensation, such as a first-round pick, goes to Utah, and Mike Conley Jr. goes to the T-Wolves in Minnesota.
Man, what the hell is going on here?
It's before the trade deadline. It's Wednesday before the trade deadline. This is not going to be the last time we're going to see we're going to see big stuff happening, I think, in the next 24 hours in the NBA. Big
I hope
trades.
so.
Big trades. Because there's too much. The Western Conference is too closely aligned. The standings, it's too tight. Teams can go for it.
This was fun yesterday. We asked everybody when we were out. I purposely worded the question, who's the best team in the Western Conference? We got 5 different answers yesterday from people that are in the space and watch the NBA.
Yep.
It's really difficult. So, I mean, I guess moves will be made. We'll see.
Tomorrow,
Sign us
we'll be
off
on
the
there
grid.
tomorrow live from here. I guarantee it's going to be rapid
We'll
fire.
stay and do the show.
Before we leave, just to let you know, the Sacramento Kings are 30 and 23.
Yeah.
You've got the Lakers who are 25 and 30.
Yeah.
That's the 3rd seed all
Yeah,
the way
that's
down
to win the division.
to the 13th. No,
You get the
conference.
3 seed to win the division.
It's the conference. I know, but
but that puts you in the 3 seed. It's not the. I mean, hit by the standings by.
It doesn't matter.
Just conference.
Okay, that doesn't matter. It's by the conference.
We'll do by wins though. Like you have to win the. I mean, they have to win the conference. So,
38 and 17
to win their division.
is the Nuggets. Grizzlies are 33 and 21. Sacramento Kings are 7 games over 500 at the 3 seed.
Right.
The 13 seed is 5 games under 500. 8 games separate the 3 from the 13. That's insane.
Yeah.
Everyone's alive. They're
Yeah.
all there. They're all within striking distance of not just making the playoffs, but getting a high seed or missing the playoffs entirely.
I just want to read this again
No, you
before
don't,
we go, please. NFL draft preparation is a stressful time for prospects, and you know what that means? Sweaty balls. So
It's unbelievable.
they gave us underwear.
They did.
And Cam Smith teamed up with Saks to keep him cool and comfortable
They did.
because they have a type of underwear called drop temp, which keeps your balls cool.
I'm going to wear these tomorrow.
I'm 100% going to say this every day, keeping my balls cool and temperature and nuts
Saks.
and all this other stuff. No strings attached.
Oh, it's
Just
too good.
Drop your nuts.
Sports Grid, thank you so
Stay
much.
with us.
If you guys are on Twitter and YouTube, don't move. Back tomorrow from Phoenix for Sports Grid. Continuing on with BVB.
That's the end there.
Yeah, that's the
Stay
end.
with us.
Yeah, stay with us live on YouTube.
But stay with
guys.
us on late night. Now we're on
Oh.
late night all over. Amazon Prime.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. Yeah, good to see Charles.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay,
We didn't even get nervous. We had Charles on and Cardano on. This is good.
Let's see. The ongoing discussions have included Utah's Malik Beasley, Jarrett Vanderbilt as part of the potential 3-team deal with the Lakers. Sides are working through pick protections and additional draft compensations per sources. This is happening. This is happening. Russell Westbrook is going to be sent to the Utah Jazz.
Think so?
Yeah, this is happening.
I don't think so.
D'Angelo Russell.
Where is Shams? I'm going to find him myself.
D'Angelo Russell.
And ask him.
Who is that?
Come on, Shams.
NFL analyst for who? Jets podcast host and producer?
Why?
Oh, who cares? Yeah. Jets people are so trying to get Aaron Rodgers to go to the Jets. It's awesome. Jets blogger. If Aaron Rodgers plays football in 23, and it's not with the Packers, the Jets are the best and most formidable option, and I think it's quite clear that's the case. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking
What are
about?
we doing?
That's such I mean, what on what planet would Aaron Rodgers want to follow Brett Favre like that?
I don't think so.
He does not want to be Brett Favre 2.0. You are literally Brett Favre 2.0 if you wind up going to the New York Jets.
It ain't happening.
It makes no sense to do that. If you're Aaron Rodgers, it makes no sense. One, the New York media eats you alive. Two, you're not playing with receivers.
Listen, he
that
may
you
be
know.
ready for all that. He actually may be ready.
I think Vegas is so much more acceptable.
Oh, Vegas is great.
It's just better for him. It's a way. He's a huge star. He makes more money. He keeps more of his money, and he plays with Devontae Adams, where he closes his eyes and throws a deep ball to. Devontae Adams leads the league in receiving next year if Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback. Monster numbers. He's right back.
Tyler just came in and said, if you guys don't leave with a ball sack deal, I'm going to start donating my negotiating skills pro bono.
Go ahead. Let's go.
I mean,
I don't know.
Tyler, I don't know what you want us to do. We're
I-
doing the fucking show.
We need to get their name. I don't know who we were talking
I don't
to.
even know who that was either.
Yeah,
but I mean, I know it was Cam Smith. The guy said, you want a Cam Smith on? I was, who's
Yeah.
Cam Smith? But sit him down.
Yeah.
And now he's talking about Saks underwear and drop
I
your
just
nuts.
thought Farrah got
I
it
want a
'cause-
drop your nuts shirt.
Yes,
100%. I got to have a drop your nuts shirt. There's no question about that. But we got Saks underwear, baby.
Oh, yeah. I told you I'm going to wear it tomorrow. See how it is.
The boys want a promo code in the
Oh.
thing. We need a BVB Saks promo code.
To buy balls.
Keep
Or
your balls,
keep your balls
cool.
cold. Yeah, keep your balls cold.
Buying balls.
Ask Pharrell. Oh, where's Scotty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get Perrault over here. We need him.
Get Scotty. He can sit
Yeah.
down and do his
Yeah.
thing. I'm going to put the over-under on the number of times he talks about diarrhea at like 8,000.
Oh, God.
Get ready for as much shit talk as you can ever deal with.
my
Not
God.
shit talk like negative, talking negative. Like he's going to talk about him shitting because he had food poisoning while he was
Yes,
here.
he did.
He was vomiting and puking.
Vomiting and puking at the
shitting.
same time.
And puking and vomiting.
At the same time.
Both ends is the worst. That's the absolute worst.
It's been years for me since.
Oh,
both
it's
ends.
me too. I haven't had that in a long time. Knock on
Yeah.
wood. That is
That's no
absolutely
good.
pathetic. By the way, speaking of pathetic,
Yes.
do you know that BetMGM, the number one exact score is 37-34 Eagles?
Oh, here he comes. Here he comes.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And we're off.
this is the after show.
Yeah, we're off Sports Grid. Look out. We're off. We're off
Put the
Sports
headphones
Grid.
on, sir. Oh, he's taking the jacket
get
off.
Look out.
Oh.
Look out.
Charles. We're off the grid.
We're off the grid. We're off the grid. We're off grid.
We're fine right now.
We're all
fine.
good.
Yeah.
The bosses are around.
Do you think that the fucking people behind me are going to get mad?
We don't care. We don't care.
Do you think the show back here is going to pick up on my fucking mouth?
We don't care.
Do you think there's a chance that they could go, get a little fucking crazy when they start hearing me dropping bombs?
We're good.
So I was just on doing a show, and I had on TD, Thomas Dimitrov, the former Falcon GM.
Yeah. Yep.
And his partner yesterday is a guy named Eric. Eric is his business partner now in analytics, right, with this Sumer Sports Group. And my man Eric comes on the show yesterday live. We're on live and hundreds of affiliates and clean radio stations. And my man drops the asshole bomb right on the air.
No.
Then I'm like, and I went like this, like he swore live on TV, and it just dropped a bomb, and I went, and then so then I'm like, and so I go, yeah, listen, bro, this is like clean, so it's nice to meet you and everything. Just you gotta, I
Can't say that.
We just don't, do
Right,
that.
yeah.
So then today,
Oh, no.
I'm interviewing Thomas. Now I've known Thomas forever. I've been friends with him forever, and like idiot friends. Like he's like a cool bro friend.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I've done
a Perrault behind the
I've done
scenes
shit
friend.
with him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Perrault
so
behind the scenes friend.
I've been with him behaving poorly. Okay, so in New York City and elsewhere abroad,
Right.
I've behaved poorly with him before. He won't admit it, but I will. So he just came on my show doing a live show, and he just dropped a fuck right on tape.
Hello.
Just dropped it, and I said, but I told him, I go, you landed a 5, Eric landed a 3.5, but you drop a 5 burger, a fuck right on national television.
Speaking of burgers,
It really.
We
heard
kind
the
of
story.
preface the story with the listeners and the viewers and the chats.
This
all
is a
excited
great
you're here.
story.
It
Are
is?
you okay?
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
So let me get this straight. All right, so I had food poisoning. Like, honest to God, I am not even exaggerating. I hurled 25 times in 4 hours. Now listen. The first rumblings of it.
Ribs
No,
hurt?
listen. Yeah. So I'm in bed and I'm like sleeping. It's like 1 a.m. and I'm like,
I've had that.
So I'm like, what the fuck?
that wake
is
up
go-"
call,
The
yeah.
wake up call. And I was like, fuck me. And I start moving. So then I start feeling the warm water rush in the mouth. And I took off from the bed naked, running across the hotel room, and I got into the bathroom, and I did a Linda Blair exorcist, full projectile, like a 40-mile-an-hour yak across the room, and it splattered off the wall. It splattered off the toilet. It splattered in the tub. It splattered off the shower curtain. And then and it went all over the rug. It was everywhere. So then I'm laying there, and then I didn't get down like a porcelain god. I stood up like a man, and it just kept coming out, like one after the next, like this. Yak, yak, yak. And every time I did it, I would swear. I'd be like, fuck, cunt, you have got to be fucking. And the guy next to me was calling the police in the hotel. 3 a.m. I'm in there going, mother. And then listen to this. So when it was, and at one point in the middle of it, I swear to God, I had it all over me. It was coming out of my nose, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna smell this in my nose for like a week." And then listen to this. And then the last hurrah was my final push. The final one was a yak that I literally. I swear to God, I saw a squirrel come out of me. A fucking squirrel came out of my throat into the toilet alive, eating nuts. And it looked up at me and gave me the finger, and then I flushed it down the toilet. Now, when I was done, I was on the ground scrubbing vomit all over the bathroom. Now, listen, in the morning, I see the chick and I go, listen, I'm just going to be straight up with you, honey.
Sorry.
I had food poisoning last night, and I have yacked like 25 times all over the bathroom. Now I have scrubbed it. I've cleaned it. I took the dirty vomit towel and wrapped it in a clean one.
Okay.
So there's no evidence of this disaster. But I know that there's poison and disease all over the toilet, the floor, the tub, the shower curtain, the sink, the mirror. It's everywhere. Even though I cleaned it, I still think it's there. So I gave her $20. I said, here's 20. Just disinfect it, and you and I could be lovers.
Yeah,
So,
right.
so listen, now the thing that was worse was that ever since then, I have done everything here. Shows.
Yeah.
The other day,
Showed up.
so that happened Monday. Tuesday, I came to do the show, and I said, I need a bucket underneath me because I may shit my pants. Or, by the way, I had 5 diarrheas. Fire hydrant.
Told you.
Fire hydrant.
I knew
Fire
that was
hydrant. That was
coming.
fire. I got 5 of those. You got ass and mouth. Ass and mouth.
worst.
And now listen, that's the ATM, ass and mouth. Ass to mouth.
Ask them out.
Okay, now listen, and then so I kept a bucket under the desk to do
No,
the
you're
show.
not.
But as I did the show the whole day,
you're
No,
sweating.
listen, I felt like for Tuesday and today, I am not.
You
like,
look much better
I
today.
look better. I'm not
Yesterday
contagious
was tough.
or anything.
Yeah.
What I am is I feel like I had the flu,
Yeah.
and I feel like I got dragged by a truck for 2 city blocks. So last night when the show was over. I went to watch Indiana play Rutgers because I had a gambling problem. And I'm a gambling addict.
Yeah.
And I went to watch the game because I was gambling on it. And then I came back and I went to bed at 8 o'clock. I woke up at 11 to see LeBron hit the shot, watched the celebration, went back to bed. I slept 10 hours, and I felt like I had the flu. I had the chills. I was still
all coming
I was
out.
still like I still feel like
You had real. Yeah, it's real.
it was awful.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Real food
Mafia
poisoning.
had it too. He did 10 on the street on all fours, and I was doing play-by-play. I'm like, this is awesome.
you
Spray vomit. Oh, is there anything I can do? I said, can I get you a water? We're out in the middle of the road in the desert with no water. I'm like, you want me to go get you a water? You all right?
kid,
Do you want me to
man.
call your mommy?
Oh.
I go, is that red or orange? I go, what is that? And I was making fun of him. 7 hours later, I had it.
You
I
had
got
it
it
too.
way worse than him.
Really?
And
That's
so,
karma.
so I woke up
The
yesterday.
same burger order,
So
right?
same burger. We had the salmonella burger with bacon. So we had. So I think mine was worse because I'm older. So I woke up today with like back injuries.
Of course, yes.
From
Your
thrusting.
ribs
Yeah.
are tight. You got
Everything.
any rib
Throwing up.
I have.
problems or
I
anything?
feel like I got stomped by the the Hell's Angels.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
dragged out of my car, and they stomped me to death in a parking lot. And I feel like somebody. And then Mike Tyson punched me 30 times in the ribs.
In the stomach. Yeah.
Because I was doing this for 3 hours. And then you wake up with a backache.
It's the worst. So are you okay now? How do you feel now?
I feel all right.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of women that want to sleep with me here.
Okay, good.
And I think that there's potential for me to make a
this is
recovery.
women-rich environment. Yes.
yeah.
A lot of
You've
women
noticed.
here.
I mean, I dress better than you guys.
Well, that's
Yeah, yeah.
I look.
I mean, you're really
you're
doing
the
yourself,
coolest sports dresser ever.
No, he's the blackest black
yeah.
guy.
I'm like, I got the whole TV
Yeah, you
button
have
down
to.
blazer.
You have to. You got the.
I got that whole like
The suits
soft
tell you
ass
to
like
do that
guy,
stuff.
phony.
Yeah,
I got the
yeah.
phony guy host show look.
You look great. The hair's
Blazer.
I'm not the
unbelievable.
phony guy.
So
Yeah, just
are
gotta wear it.
listen, a lot of Brigade fans here.
Not here.
Yeah, they are. They were outside. I heard
Yes.
them yelling.
Yeah, they're here.
Yeah.
They're around. They're just not in
around.
here.
They're not in
In
here.
The shows have been fabulous.
What
Oh,
have you?
thank you.
What do you make of Media Week? Like seriously,
This is my
because-
25th one of
Is
these.
it really?
You
So
hate
every
you hate
person,
this, right?
I don't.
Really?
I don't hate it. I think
Oh,
it's
good.
cool to see people. As you know, I dig anybody that works in the business.
Right.
I want people to do well in life, have jobs, succeed. I'm against the suits. I'm against corporate TV, corporate radio, where if we don't, I'm for the talent, for the
Right.
people,
Yeah,
for people
yeah.
that bust their ass and do shows like you guys. As you know, I'm a huge fan of your
Thank you.
show and your work. You guys are badasses. So I like coming to see my friends and people that I've known for
Years.
25 years straight. I've been to 15 Super Bowls.
Wow.
I've been to 8 Steelers Super Bowls.
Wow.
Live in person. Saw all 8 of them. And then
You saw the ones in the 70s?
because my dad ran U.S. Steel, and so,
So
I
you
went to all the
those?
games when I was a kid.
Damn.
Whoa.
And I just
Yeah.
met McMahon, and I went to that one too in '85.
Did you? Were you
Because
there?
yeah. we live between Pittsburgh and Chicago because
right.
Gary, Indiana is where U.S. Steel is.
Right,
So
right.
I grew up in Valpo near Chicago, And I was like going to Bears games with Walter Payton and Jim McMahon. And then the rest of the time I was in Pittsburgh going to see Terry Bradshaw and Stallworth and Swan and Rocky Blyer. So Franco, you name it, Joe Green, Andy Russell, you name it. I could go on and on. You know the deal. So I'm hardcore. I've been to 25 of these. You know what's cool for me, I'll be honest, is that I've been doing it so long, I feel like I got a little bit of Godfather status around here.
Yeah, sure.
Like me and Tony Bruno, I think, are the oldest guys that have done it the longest.
I talked to Tony last night.
So it feels good to me to know, like when I walk in here, most of the guys know who I am from just working hard through the years and showing up and being present and being involved no matter what. I remember I used to do this stuff wasted too. Like I used to do it. Like I used to do the show live here all the time.
Right.
You know, just wasted.
Yeah.
Like
just getting through it.
I mean, hammered, drinking and smoking weed. I mean, eating fucking pills.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
whatever you had to do.
And we scared people. Like they scared to death of me.
Yeah,
but it's so funny. The same people. Like I've been working with SiriusXM for a while. I did the Howard Stern, Howard 101. Now this is my second year with them on their stage, on their compound in their setup. That's the best setup in the whole building.
Fantastic.
And so 2 years in a row working with Steve Cohen and Eric Spitz and everything, they won't admit that they're friends with me. And you know that his son is the guy I call, don't call me Donald Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, is the producer at Sports Grid. That's his son. Oh. So I never knew that until today. Okay. Now that I know it, I'm going to run with that. But I like doing it. I don't have a problem with it. I like going to cool places, L.A., Phoenix. Next year in Vegas is going to be sick.
That was
I'm coming to your house for steaks on the grill. This is bullshit.
We're gonna have
you know what I mean, Matt? We should cook steaks at his house.
This is the guy that cooks.
I'll smoke
figure
out.
it out.
I went to Culver Steak in Vegas. It was like $600 for two people. We get cooked steaks on your grill for 2 hours for that kind of money.
He's cooking. I don't cook.
I'll cook.
Yeah, we'll get.
I cook a mean
out.
steak on the grill.
It's awesome.
So we haven't even talked about this yet, and we've been on the air now for almost 2 hours. The LeBron shot last night.
Right.
Significant to you or not, given how he got it in the way he got it?
Oh, yeah. I think it's an enormity of basketball greatness. It's simple. I said on the show many years ago, live, I said, this guy's going to break every record ever in the NBA, ever. Yep. He's already done it. He's still playing. There's nothing wrong with his game. He is still humiliating people every night, dropping 30 a game. He got that 36 last night like he was having a bagel. I mean, it was like he was buttering a bagel. But I think, honestly, I said on the show many times, he'll own every record ever. And the fact that he did it was cool. The fact that he came to terms with Kareem, they had never talked. They had never been friends. They had never acknowledged one another. There was always I don't have anything to do with him. But that ended last night. There was no more bullshit. They shook hands. They hugged. He's like, it's an honor. And then he handed the ball over to him. I thought it was significant. I thought the NBA handled it well. The Lakers handled it well. I thought Anthony Davis didn't handle it well.
Is it a downplay thing? Yeah, like we saw that video.
That's
this
a dickhead move.
It was a dickhead move. But like, do they need to win? Like they're not winning. They might not make the playoffs. Like the end of this
Who cares?
Doesn't matter.
I don't care.
Okay. All right.
Do you really care if the Lakers suck?
No,
I really don't.
I'm a Celtics fan. I want them to suck.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to worry about over there, Romeo.
I know.
I want them to suck.
I think they cover tonight the 4.5 against JoJo.
Thank you. Tell them. Thank you.
I think they do. They're so tough to beat in Boston with all those calls they get. You know what I mean?
We'll take it. We'll
take
it.
Of course you will.
Do you like the idea of trading Russell Westbrook to Utah? Have you seen this?
Have you seen this thing?
Yeah,
that
I don't
came
like.
out just now?
Listen, I've heard that before. The Conley and Beasley deal.
Yeah.
Did they do the deal?
No, it's not done yet, but it looks very likely it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Well, listen, I got to tell you, I'm so sick and tired of hearing about Brody getting traded every day of my life for the last 5 years. That I don't care where he goes. And I don't have any problem with his game. I don't give a rat's ass what he does. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He was a triple-double machine.
Still is at times.
It's funny to me how people bash him because he can still ball.
Yep.
No doubt.
He's explosive to the 10.
But Utah?
He's got an outside jagged shot. I won't deny that. I think he's a little jagged from outside.
Yeah.
But who cares? He's older now. What is he supposed to hit every shot he takes?
Right.
But he can be sloppy at times. But my man can still fill it up, and he can still blow right by you and dunk it in your face. He can still Jimmy kiss it off the glass. I still think he's got a great handle and a great ability to get to the 10. And I think people that bash him suck.
Who's the best team in the Western Conference?
Denver.
Quick.
That was quick.
That was quick.
Denver.
Are they that much better?
I don't know
or
about
like
that much
it's
better, but I think they're the most impressive team. I think they're brutally difficult to beat at Ball Arena. I think they have the most amazing player in the NBA. It is not Luka. It is Doncic.
Yeah.
No, it's Joker. It is not Luka. It's Joker.
Yeah.
Joker is a triple-double machine. He's the
Very
best
nice.
passing big man since Arvydas Sabonis, if not better.
Wow.
He's a clutch, late-game,
Yep.
buzzer-beating, deep three, shot-taking machine. He's a rebounding machine. He makes everyone around him better. I think everyone on that team, I think Jamal Murray's a badass. Porter, when healthy, can do a lot of things. I think Aaron Gordon's a grown man move. He's a physical, weighted, grown man move. He's a power forward type player to me in the NBA. I don't think he's great. I just think he's physical and violent like you need to be. You need players like that to win a chip. Now, I don't think it's going to be easy, but I do think they're the best team in the West.
Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said?
Is it fucking ship
Hear what he
or
said?
chip?
Here,
When you
hear
say
what
we're going to the ship
Hear
or
what he
we're
said?
going to win
Chip.
the chip, it's chip.
Boom.
It's chip.
I love you, but you're fucking
Mic drop.
wrong.
No,
it's
it's
chip.
Mic drop.
It's chip, son.
Bullshit.
Mic drop.
I got 11 chips. Believe me, when you
Mic
got
drop.
as many chips as I do,
Yeah, you
I got
do
11
got
chips, son.
Yeah.
I got 11
You
chips.
can get the chip. It's a chip, but you
So you
win
know what's
the
great?
ship.
You know what's
You
great
win the
about my?
championship.
You know what's great about my chips?
What?
So I won the 11 chip, and then I got thrown out of the gym for fighting. I got in a fist fight.
Uh-oh.
And
Not
so
good.
they
Not
threw
good.
me out of the gym.
Still
Now
fighting.
listen, I got in a fist fight. Listen, you want to get it on with me? I'm more than willing.
He likes
go.
it. He likes it.
Let's go. I'm willing to throw down. So I got in a fist fight, and I got thrown out of the gym completely. Now, how about this guy? He calls me up, the head of corporate relations with
At Lifetime?
clients. Yeah.
Oh,
so
my
they
gosh.
so they kicked me out,
Right.
and they said that I used abusive language
Oh, no
toward
way. Never.
several people. And I said to him, well, I just wanted to say one thing to you, cunt face. I go fuck yourself. And then he said, your children are still members. I go, well, I'll make sure they have fun up there for the rip-off you charge at $1.75 a month per head for that gym with white towels.
Yep.
And then, so listen to this. I hope they all die. And then the other thing I want is for them to keep walking around the gym and looking up on the wall and roasting their fucking pussy asses with my 11 banners that say Perrault Ballers.
Wow.
That's the name of the team.
Oh, and it's all over their gym, and they can't take them off the wall. My name's everywhere up
That's
there.
awesome.
I'm unavoidable. My boy, who's my boy? What's the guy's name? Flash. John Flaherty does the Yankee games.
Right.
He's like, so he went to my jeweler, so I buy diamonds from this guy.
Okay.
And jewelry and things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Over 30 years, I've been going to the guy.
Okay.
And he does a lot of athletes and
Yeah,
famous
yeah,
people.
yeah,
So John goes there, and John's a really nice guy, goes to church.
Yeah.
So do I, but I'm the devil. I do collections on Sunday, but I go to mass for a different reason because I'm a sinner. But my man Flaherty goes, he told my jeweler, like, how soft are you? He goes,
Right.
hey, I heard your boy Perrault got in a fist fight up at the Lifetime. I'm like, what kind of a femme goes around talking about, like, I'll beat your ass too. Like, you little
man,
wiener.
what's a
Like,
fight,
so
everybody?
I got in a fight. Now, listen, and then some guy said to me, he goes, there's a new GM there. You should come back. We really miss you. And I said, listen, if I come back,
I'm killing everyone.
I'm going to kill the dude that I got in a fight with. Because I didn't get a chance to kill him. I just got in a fight with him. So I still want to kill him and then sleep with his wife.
Is he still in the league?
He's still in the league, but
still
I
in
got
the
11 chips. He's got none.
Yeah.
So it's going to take him a while to
11-0.
catch. It's like trying to catch the Celtics and Lakers. I got 11 of them. And you know what's even worse? I got 10 losses. Wow. I lost in the title game 10 times. 4 times undefeated. You talk about having a small dick. When you lose in overtime on a half-court heave and you lose 4 chips while undefeated, I went 11-0 and lost the title game. It makes
that
your
hurts.
penis shrink.
Yeah, that's a kick.
I
in the
couldn't
nuts
get a
right
boner
there.
for a month.
That's the worst.
Are we on the air?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're good.
we'll-
What are your takes on Sunday? Would you approach this game any differently?
Yeah,
than
I just bet the side and nothing else. Everyone that bets props all day is going to go broke.
Ooh.
And what I do is I bet
Ooh.
the Eagles -2. Game over.
Oh,
there you go.
finally we got
Hammer.
an Eagles.
I'm
bet.
going to bet it
Total?
all. I'm going to just bet it all on -2.
Which way do you like the total?
Under.
You do?
Yeah.
I love what he's saying.
It's a Super Bowl.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be some level of
Defense.
integrity.
Okay.
Somebody's got to try to stop somebody.
Yeah, I agree.
Listen, I think the Eagles' defense, clearly up front
It's
and in
so
the back
good.
end, is
It's
so much
so
better
good.
than the Chiefs. It's
So
not even funny. Now, I won't deny that Kelsey and Mahomes are a migraine headache for the Philadelphia
Yep.
Eagles. But if you ask me, I think as a great franchise that they are really good at every position on the field. I think their offensive line is low-leveraged, athletic-legged blockers. The holes they open for Sanders and Gainwell are ridiculous, and for Hurts. I think their pass rush is clearly better than Kansas City's.
Tremendous.
Their secondary is the best in football. And I think their quarterback is a badass. I like Smith. I like Goddard. I think Brown has turned into kind of a crybaby. He hasn't done anything for me in the playoffs. He's just bitched.
Right,
But I think they're smart enough as a franchise, their coaching staff, to figure out a way to stop Kelsey from doing too much damage. I got no problem he has one touchdown and 75 yards. I got no problem with that. Your boy goes $120 and 2 touchdowns, you're going to lose.
Yep.
That's when you'll lose. I have to tell you, I have worn so many fucking weird earpieces today
Your
on my
ears
ears
hurt?
that I have ear fucking pain.
Oh,
now.
my God.
I have ear pain. I have
Goodness
fucking
gracious.
I have ear clip pain. I may have an ear infection. I'm like, and
Been a
I'm
rough
old
week for
as
Scott.
fuck.
It's a rough week for you, Scott.
I mean, it's
You
only
know what?
it's only
Have you
fucking
seen-
Wednesday.
You know the basketball court at the hotel? Do you stay at the hotel?
No, we're
So there's a basketball court. I've been out there filling it up.
Have you?
Yeah.
We need
it's,
video.
It's an outdoor court, but I get like black hands.
Yeah,
dirty
yeah,
ball.
yeah.
But I don't touch myself. I just ball out for like a half an hour in the
that's
sun with no clothes on. I get
nice.
sunburned.
In this weather, wow.
I like to get a tan, as you know. I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
nice
always,
color.
yeah, always,
well, because
yeah.
I don't want to look like everyone else in New York that does TV and radio. They look like they have cancer.
Yeah, very-
Everybody has that pasty,
pasty,
pale
yeah,
look.
yeah,
Is there anything worse than the white guy that
No.
goes on
Is white.
vacation down to Florida for spring
come
break?
to Vegas
and
all the time.
Oh, yeah, and he pulls off his shirt and he's whiter than a
All the time.
refrigerator.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
Mafia looks like.
Oh,
Mafia.
yeah.
And Carver High, too, has got the.
Oh,
they
man,
got the,
that's
the,
white.
the-
That's white.
The
That's
garage
about-
freezer
yeah,
look.
Yeah. Garage freezer.
I like to have a little
You gotta know
color.
that. Yeah, you got to have a little color.
You know what I mean?
Last one for me, sir. Penguins going to make the playoffs?
I was really angry last night that they beat the Avs in overtime because I lost money on that. I lost money on that game, but I didn't think they were up 1-0 with 4 minutes to go and they blew it. Of course, because I bet on them.
Yep.
But I've been hot this week. I hit the Rangers, Islanders. I'm going with Dallas tonight.
So am I.
I bet Dallas
That's-
tonight,
okay.
and I think the Rangers will win tonight. But do I think the Penguins will make the playoffs? Yes, I think the Penguins will make the playoffs. I think Casey DeSmith's a pussy.
Wow.
He's
the goaltending situation is a problem. It's a problem. It is a problem.
His legs are spread more than a French hooker.
Oh.
He literally.
Oh,
He is
maybe.
literally a sieve.
That's not
that
good.
Fucking
That's
guy,
not good.
He's bad luck. And I actually think Jari's a pussy too. He's never healthy.
Talking about trading him.
They should
I'm
trade
talking
his
about-
he's
they're
never
talking about
healthy.
trading him.
You know,
Yeah.
do you remember how Murray was always injured and they traded
Yes,
him?
yes.
This guy's way worse.
Same. I
Way
know.
worse.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
And meanwhile, they drafted 2 really good goalies in Europe.
Right.
Young, super young draft picks. So, rebuild and let's start playing them
Are
because
the Bruins going to win the Stanley Cup?
well,
man?
I think the
This is
Bruins are the
fucking-
best team in hockey.
Oh.
That's for sure. And I would love to take a stick and smash Marchand's face in.
It's okay, though. It's
There's a lot of people.
yeah.
If they had like a dunk tank for that, like a smash Marchand's face in day,
do it.
where
Lot of
everyone
money.
lined up and took a shot at his head.
Yeah.
I think it would draw an entire neighborhood of people.
Little ball of hate.
A line of people a mile long to hit him in the face.
Uh-huh. But
I
he's
think
really good.
He's a great player.
Yep.
I think they're a great team. They're very exciting. But one thing, they always end up beating Toronto, don't they? So
They do.
This is true.
I think
Always.
Toronto's a really good team, but they always lose.
Always. For whatever reason, they always lose. My friend, it was awesome to see you.
I love you guys.
Thank you so much.
Have they given you a deal yet?
No.
No.
Bullshit.
We had Charles on the show. We had Cardano on the show. Trying everything I can. You got any bag of tricks? Let me talk to Cohen, too.
You can't trust these guys.
Get me in touch with Cohen.
You
I need to
can't.
talk to Steve Cohen.
He loves me.
I know.
I
He
got
loves
that
me,
going
too.
for me. He
loves me,
I
too.
go back 35 years with Steve.
stop.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to cover
Yeah.
Super Bowls with him.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's just say I had penthouse suites in high rises on, let's say,
God almighty.
Biscayne Bay in Miami. And let me
I've
just
been
say,
there.
we had a couple problems making some of the events. Had problems. Sometimes leaving the condo was a problem. There was looking out windows, though.
Yeah.
No, I've done a lot of bad things in
I
my
believe
career. I've done it all.
But it's all fun.
Can you imagine
I
if
behaved
you hit
very
rewind in his mind and just rewatch
wow.
that?
If I was,
Watch the life?
if I did what I did back
God.
then, now I'd be dead. Okay,
I'm glad you're
I'd be
not.
dead.
We're glad you're not.
So I'm glad I got through it.
Glad you're here.
Like I've been strung out at many a Super Bowl.
Right.
Strung out. One time I left a Super Bowl party in Vegas. I hosted at the downtown Las Vegas Event Center. 10,000 deep at the party for the D.
Yeah.
I had the
Whoa.
biggest crowd you ever saw. Carver High got me in a limo to the airport. We get to the airport, get to the gate, and the guy says,
Can't let him on the plane.
"Yeah." He goes, "You're fucked up." And
You're like, "Yeah,
And
I
I
know."
go like this. I go,
Yeah.
"Listen, bro." He goes, "You're Perrault." I go, "Listen, I'm in first class, and I'm gonna pass out in 30 seconds. I swear to God, I'll be out cold for 5 hours all the way to New York City.
OBJ
no
tried
one
that.
will even know.
OBJ tried it.
No one even knows that I'm lit and wasted.
Right.
No one will know except you. Just let me sit in the chair, and you won't hear a peep from me." My guy let me on the plane, and I flew home. And I was absolutely out of my mind. I mean, Carver High was like, "I don't know him. I am not with him. If you search him, you will find narcotics."
Uh-oh.
It was bad. But ever since then, I found the Lord, and I became. I stopped.
Now you're a hooper.
Now I just hoop. I don't drink and do
Perrault's
drugs
ballers.
anymore. None of that. I don't believe in that stuff.
He is
You're the
Scott
best.
Perrault.
I love you
He's
guys.
He is
Perrault.
Dave. I'm Matt Perrault. We're wrapping
You got
the
a
show.
traveling kit of hats.
Yes, he
That's
does.
my back.
We're wrapping the show.
My
We're
back.
back tomorrow. Hit like, subscribe, all the good stuff.
See you later.
Matt, Dave, and Farrah back tomorrow.